I was going like I was doing my introduction, and he was just going
We're
like,
now filming.
"What?"
Okay.
All right, continue.
Yep.
In the last episode, we have fought the Aboleth, and we basically decided to fight it on this island. And because of the orb, a lot of us managed to not get mind controlled, mainly by
Mainly
sheer
Lloyd.
luck and
Mainly Lloyd.
blinding and disabilitating it as much as possible, killing the thing, but it went to the ethereal realm as its body disappeared. And now we're resting by a campfire, still going off the high of defeating the Aboleth and possibly wondering. And we also, to the next day, we went diving into the water to check out its hideout. And we killed some crabs, and then we were checking it out more than I left. So,
Oh,
if
you
there's
missed
any
a fun
more,
time.
one of you.
Oh, you missed some fun stuff. I'm sorry. I'll fill you in. So, basically we fought the two cool creatures. with
I
crab
remember
things.
that.
Right. I was just setting the background. Yeah. Thank you. We were in there. We came across left of the Aboleth lair. There were these here, these little 4 treasures on these pedestals with runes on them. And the rest of the city here was more or less, I mean, it was pretty standard. You had a smithing room, barracks, you had some kind of kitchen. In over yonder, here we had, I'm guessing there was the magic circle that was connected to the one on Pirate Island.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if you were here for all this.
Yes, I remember the thing at Pirate Island. In fact, that's my first session with you guys.
I meant I didn't know if you were with us when we discovered this. So.
I think
I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, well then that's what I meant. Right. So, and then obviously we got a notebook, which is not we can't read, but I'm sure somebody can translate.
We got part of it. Able to translate.
Yeah, it's in the notes somewhere. Yeah. There's a map
and the handouts.
Oh, and here's where the fun begins. So we decided to open this door here, and it was booby trapped. So we got half blown up. We got blown up a little bit.
Just a little.
This room just ended up. Ouch! Yeah. Oh, it gets worse.
Wouldn't it be more like concussion damage because it's underwater?
It can do various types of damage.
I don't know if it was exactly explosion damage. It was like lightning or something, or radiant, or I don't remember.
It was lightning.
Anyway, it was lightning. Yeah.
I'm trying to see where we were.
Did you need me to slow down?
Yeah, a little bit. Because I believe we were like right here when we ended this. Right here.
You guys were outside the door.
Yeah,
I think you were outside the door.
Yeah, you just defeated the.
I think we were somewhere like more here when we left.
Maybe.
In fact, yeah. Looking at the map now, yeah. Like we were around here. I remember Lloyd being more in like this area.
Well, here's where the fun begins. So, as I said, I think Usopp checked out that door, and it blew up because there was a rune. So he took some damage.
Yep.
The room here looked empty, but after rolling enough times and passing the check, we discovered a secret exit here.
Pin, please.
Where this chair used to be.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then afterwards, you just saw as an exit, so we decided. By we, I mean me. I decided to inspect some of the artifacts here a bit closer, and I had the brilliant idea of using a rock and quickly switching places the object here with an object there.
Indiana Jones style.
Yeah, the first time was fine.
Yeah, it actually worked.
This got, and then I tried to do this one, and then I went kaboom. I think I took it was like 10d4. Oh, it's 10d4. No, that's the health potion. Where was
Panda,
it?
you're here early.
I am, yes.
We actually haven't even finished the recap yet.
Oh, nice. I was just gonna roll for we leveled up last time, right?
Yeah.
I forgot to do that.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me. You wouldn't let me do that. But,
you're all good. You guys are all good. You can do that right now to start if you want to.
I was gonna do that.
And finally, Lloyd has over 40 health. It's a miracle. Lloyd finally has more than 70 health. I mean, not 70. Over 30 health. Like, over the 40 health threshold, finally.
Yeah, Spanish, you can continue, huh?
Yeah, so I failed the dexterity save on this one. Or sorry, it's a sleight of hand check on this one, on the diadem. And I think, I forget the exact amount I took. I think it was 5. Was it the 5d8?
It was.
Where's the sleight of hand check that I failed? Right? No, it's this one here. And then I just do a dex save.
Was it 10d4 plus 20? That doesn't sound right.
No, that's my health. That's nice. That's the health potion.
Oh,
it was probably 5d. It was the 5d8.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, because I failed that dex save. It was a DC 15 or 17, I think. But yeah, there was a lightning trap there. It blew up. I went down to 0 health, and before I did that, I gave Usopp my supreme healing potion in case I did something stupid, which indeed happened. And he proceeded to shove it down my throat, jar and all.
Yep.
He just took the uncorked and just shoved the whole thing in there.
I mean, to be fair, you were underwater, so it would be hard.
Yeah, that is true, but still. And I totally took some damage when I choked on the glass, which I don't think is showing up here. But
yeah, funny.
But needless to say, I managed to recover this blue stone and the diadem.
Nice.
I remember there was a joke where I was going like,
yeah, I was when we were doing that during that session, the Viva La Dirt League that sketch, that was exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, did you see that, Panda?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's exactly what I was referencing.
They have a pretty good like a D&D campaign that I watch too. I get some ideas from that.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's on a separate channel. It's not on their main channel.
Huh.
But it's like they do all the NPCs. Like they have the sorcerer and
Gotcha.
Bodger and Greg the garlic farmer. They're all like that's the characters they're playing in the D&D campaign. It's pretty funny.
Right. Well, in any case, I think what had happened is after I was revived, I think we were on our way out leaving, and then we saw this church. I think it's a church, right? Over here?
What, this thing? Oh no, it's like you see it's like 2 kind of tubes that go further back and then kind of go back into the mountain. And you guys felt, you got kind of close to it and you felt on one end water streaming in and on the other end water streaming out, and then you guys were just like, nope, we're not doing that today, and then you left.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's where we
the
are.
other thing probably worth mentioning.
And we leveled up.
Yeah. The other thing probably worth mentioning is that you guys, when you touched the pedestals, they lit up different colors.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't necessarily figure out why that was happening, but that did happen also. I don't think there's anything else.
I'm sure there's a reason, and I'm sure there's something we'll have to come back and figure out.
Let's see. Yeah, so you got the notes, which Luna she already had cast the spell to comprehend languages, so she would have been able to translate this for you guys.
I thought I did translate it, but
and then also the Aboleth map. That you guys should have access to both those things. So now we'll jump back over to camp where you guys regroup on the shoreline. Are you guys gonna heal and rest for the next day, or?
I think that was the plan.
Let me mark off the day.
I think yeah, Lloyd's perfectly fine at the moment.
Same.
Okay.
So yeah, we had come back. We're like, okay, time to go to bed.
All right. So you guys regroup at the campfire. Back at the campfire, you see Joshua Poole and the professor, and also the ballista, Billy the ballista.
I forgot we named
they're
it.
all very
like
interested.
the ballista men.
You're welcome.
No, the ballista is sentient. Remember?
Yeah, it's Billy the ballista.
What?
Okay, they're all very interested when you get back.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't have to make sense.
It's a golem. It's a ballista golem, enchanted by the sorcerers or something.
Professor, just say the professor.
Yeah, by the professor. Exactly. When you get back up to the shore, Professor Seth Graham is especially quite curious. He sort of walks over to you guys and well, what did you see down there?
Well, sir, I go ahead and I start to take out some of the item. There was a few items we managed to find, although I'm afraid, let's just say, it was a shocking experience.
I see.
And
yes,
in the background, you hear the slide horn.
Yes,
or combined with the sad trombone.
There's an ancient ruin. Oh, they seem to have some sort of defenses built into them.
Yes, well,
one must
there are
still
some
archaeology.
Yes, well, there are some more artifacts down there. Should we choose to go back and do a more thorough exploration? But among the items of interest we found, go ahead.
Lloyd walks up, just going like, you know, since you're so knowledgeable about the Aboleth to some extent, and you've said that you've been studying these ruins, right?
Yes.
Do you think that you could, now that we've cleared the place, do you think that you could help us figure out what these ruins are all about?
Yes, I would love to visit the abode of this aboleth and see it with my own eyes.
Well, that sounds like a great idea, but let's leave the artifacts that we did find up here on shore in case something should happen to us. Mr. Poole, can I entrust you with these?
He sort of he grabs them and kind of puts them with some of your other supplies. I'll hold on to these until you get back. I'll stay up here with Billy.
Billy just nods.
Yeah, Billy he like clacks his ballista's string back and forth or something.
Very good then. Can you please actually make him an actual NPC? That'd be hilarious.
Actually, we could probably make like Billy the Ballista like a Warforged or something.
I already have stats for him, actually.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. He already has a stat block. Either that, or we could say that he's what's his call it? The wizard, our wizarding friend.
MacGuffin.
He's actually MacGuffin in a polymorphed form.
Yeah, there you go.
He got polymorphed into a ballista.
That's the big surprise.
Oh, I was just thinking, why not just have him as like a Warforged? Like that would make perfect sense, considering they're essentially just golems.
I mean,
yeah,
it's a possibility.
That's essentially what they. what they are in a nutshell.
I mean,
Okay, well,
it is basically just like a golem. That's pretty much what he is. So.
All right, well.
Yeah, that's what a Warforged is.
All right, well, I suppose we should make our way back to the lair. Everyone got your breathing caps?
Yeah.
Do we need an extra
Lloyd
one? I
just
think I've got the hang of this. Oh, wait.
Lloyd
think-
just sighs, just going like, out of all the lands I could travel to, I really hate how this one involves so much underwater expeditions.
While you're doing that, you realize that Usopp and Greenspell have already like jumped and dove into the water.
The professor is definitely down there with you.
Yeah, and I think
I was trying to offer. Is there anyone staying behind that wants a hat?
Luna just kind of says, "You only say that because of the fishies," and before going off.
I think we actually have plenty of hats.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think the expectation was that we had enough for like the entire party plus the professor.
Yeah.
Cool.
Basically, he also, I mean, he intends to set up like some kind of operation here where he's going to bring in like archaeologists to go excavate those ancient Aboleth ruins. So
like
he probably
just have like a research outpost.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like an archaeological dig kind of thing. So he probably has enough for at least like a small team of maybe like 12 or something people. I don't know. But yep. All right. So the professor will follow you guys out into the ocean. You're headed off back to the Aboleth lair.
And I also managed to grab a chunk of the glowing rock using that chisel, so I have basically a permanent light cantrip active.
Yep.
More or less, if I choose to use it.
Let's see. All right, so you guys, after now that you kind of know where you're going, it's a little bit faster to swim back there. You know, easily you can swim there in about 20-25 minutes.
Okay.
You sort of swim back. You see the little rock and the small statues, and you're back out in front of the lair of the Aboleth. So where are you guys headed to within the lair?
Well, I say we just continue to go forward the way we came in.
Lloyd takes the lead with his rapier just drawn just in case. Mainly out of paranoia.
Okay.
Just in case more foes came back.
The professor he stops and examines everything. He's like stopping and examining the statues, looking at the masonry on the walls. He seems like he's completely enchanted by everything here.
Can you like generate like a little NPC for the professor so we know where he is with us?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a token for him.
Just use one of the default tokens. That should be fine.
That's what I'm looking through.
Oh, okay.
At the moment. Yeah. All right. Where you guys headed to next? Yeah, I'll make him that guy.
Lloyd turns to the professor before asking, "This is this one of the more pristine Aboleth lairs you've seen?" I know you mentioned how you've seen like one or two before, but you were in complete disarray.
Yes, I have never seen one that was well, I should say recently occupied. Most of the ones that I've ever encountered are ancient ruins from millennia ago. back during the height of the Aboleth Empire.
Well, let me show you to the rooms that we encountered, if you don't mind, sir.
All right.
There's plenty to see. I
Can
know.
Lloyd go off to the barracks?
You can go wherever you want. You're headed down into that room. Okay. So yeah, the professor will follow you. So Lloyd, you walk into a room. You see a few small, kind of stone beds, way smaller than an aboleth, but still definitely big enough for a person. Maybe these were some kind of slave quarters. Maybe they were sleeping spots for those crab monsters you saw outside.
Or maybe like more of like the officers, like that one guy who was trying to use a whip to pull me into the water earlier.
Oh, it's possible.
Can I
All you
make
know is
a
they're
investigation
beds.
check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I need to open up a new one. That doesn't work. Investigation.
19. Okay. Yeah, so you look around. There's not a ton in this room. It seems like the people who lived in here didn't have much in the way of belongings. The beds do look recently used. So it seems as though only last night somebody slept in these beds. Otherwise, you don't find any useful
So
information,
most
really.
likely the crabs.
All right.
Lloyd, just. Wait, you said just last night, right?
Well, last night. I mean, not last night. I forget. It's been 2 days. It's been they've definitely been slept in within the past few days.
I was about to go like, oh no, are there more enemies? Just because of that statement?
No, it doesn't look like they were slept in last night, but maybe within the last week or something. All right. So the rest of you lead the professor into the main room. He kind of goes around and looks at the different pedestals.
It is worth I mentioned to the professor that it is worth noting that I did try to use my chisel and like break away. I think it was this rune over here. No, that's what it was. That's what caused me to caused it to set it off. Is that I don't remember actually or not.
Yes, these the glyphs seem to be just common magic. There's nothing particularly special about them. They're the common glyph spell. As for what causes the runes to glow, I'm not sure, to be honest. I've never seen magic quite like that before. The inscriptions written on each of these pedestals seem to be a reference to some sort of national motto, perhaps, or something of the sort. It's an inscription that's been seen on many Aboleth ruins, and indeed, it can be seen on the statues just outside this room. Um,
Is there any way you can disable the glyphs?
Says, well, I could perhaps give it a try, though it isn't necessarily my area of expertise.
Well, we wouldn't want you to hurt yourself, but so if you're not entirely sure what to do, perhaps it's best we err on the side of caution.
Yes, I believe I will have a few others from my college arriving here soon. Some who are more well equipped to deal with these particular kinds of traps. Perhaps it would be best to wait for them to arrive so that they can handle these.
I do have another thing that was interesting. If you'll come over this way,
All right.
looking at the glyph over on this pedestal, it made reference to a particular king, but none of us have heard of him before.
Hmm. He sort of examines the inscription. Yes, it isn't very specific. I believe it could be in reference to perhaps some great king of the lichen. I'm not familiar with anyone who might match that inscription in particular, though.
Is there anyone at the college who would be a expert in either with the lichen or more ancient history who may give us a insight into who this person was?
Hmm. Perhaps there is um a professor of sort of lichen studies. And perhaps he would be able to help you. Um, yes,
Hmm.
if you wish to speak with him on this matter, perhaps he would be able to recognize it. Um,
Hmm. I think it
yes,
would be prudent to get as much information as we can. However, I don't think it wise to remove the skull from its pedestal in order to, have them examine it further.
yes, it would be difficult to determine just based on the skull in any case. Um,
Exactly. Like, I'm no expert in anatomy, but this looks like just an ordinary humanoid skull with no particular uh, elements that appear, you know, prominent that would identify it as any, particular race or person.
yes, it's true. Perhaps if it could be dated in some way.
Hmm.
I know that some archaeologists use magic that allows them to date ancient artifacts to a particular era, which could perhaps narrow it down. But well, I'm not sure of how to do that myself. I'm afraid.
That's not a terrible idea. So perhaps we should put a pin in this, metaphorically speaking, and we can. Your team can investigate this when you do your further archaeological expeditions.
Yes, of course. And we'll be conducting investigations of the surrounding region, no doubt, for many weeks to months to come. This is certainly one of the greatest discoveries in my field of research in many decades or centuries, even.
Well said.
And have you been able to determine whether or not the aboleth was working alone?
Well, given that what we've been able to see, again, I'm not much of a archaeologist here. It appears that there is only one, I guess you could say, one bed that was large enough to fit a creature as large as an aboleth. So
Hmm.
my initial instincts tell me that this particular aboleth was working alone, although it's impossible to say whether or not there were others who were working alongside it, but were hosted in different locations.
And what of those passageways near the front? They look quite similar to the varieties which we have seen at some other excavation sites. We assumed that those were some means of fast transportation between different aboleth locations. Do you suppose
Well,
that it could lead to another aboleth settlement?
It's certainly a possibility. I believe we didn't really look too much into it though.
Well, if there are other
So-
aboleth on the other end, perhaps it's best not to go into it.
Well, we put our ear to it and we could hear the water going in one direction and another one on the other, much like you would much like you would a tunnel, or it would sort of transport you to one location and then the other one would bring you back.
Right.
So, but whether it's just a quick route to the surface or maybe another aboleth city or some other sort of location, we have no idea. And we think it would be unwise to open that and transport there without having an idea of what might be on the other side.
Were you able to find any documentation left behind by the aboleth? I might be able to translate it for you.
I believe actually. Well, I'm guessing we didn't mention it, but we actually did find a notebook that was in the aboleth's. I guess you would say office / quarters, and I believe I left it with Mr. Poole up at the top of the. Yes.
Well, when we return to camp, I shall make haste to translate that for you.
Yes, and then there was also a map alongside it.
Excellent.
Yes, and I believe the point there was. We did look at the map, but it wasn't anything particularly special. It looked like just a map of Rugia, but there was a point marked on the map, which I believe, if I remember correctly, corresponds to that pirate camp. Or sorry, I should explain. To a pirate camp we found. Where are we? I'm assuming he's in the office. I'm showing him his quarters.
Yeah.
So we believe that the magic circle there was connected to its partner where that map is.
Interesting.
But it's no need for alarm though. When we first encountered its partner, we erased it, so the two no longer function as magic circles and transportation circles would. So it's perfectly safe to investigate further.
Excellent. Oh, I'm glad you were able to dismantle the apparatus of this aboleth. Who knows what sort of dastardly things it could have accomplished if it had been allowed to continue uninhibited.
Can Lloyd go into the smithy room and do an investigation check there?
Yeah, go ahead.
I probably
This
should
is the smith.
This is the smithy.
Is this the smithy room?
Yep. So you enter in. You see a cabinet filled with various tools and sort of like metal. Just like metal. What would be the word for it? Like a steel that hasn't been worked yet. So it's sort of like just like steel rods and things. You see a small bucket over in the corner filled with commonly used metal items such as like nails and hinges and that kind of thing. You see a large boiler of some kind. You can feel the warmth emanating from it. And then on the other end of the room is like a small kind of furnace-looking contraption. It looks like you can put metal into it to heat it up. You don't find anything else of interest.
I'm curious. How far down would you say that this lair is? Like, was this on the ocean floor, or is this like couple thousand feet? What would you say?
It is on the ocean floor, yeah. So it would be I mean, it's deep enough down that no light from the sun reaches.
Okay. So while they're doing that, I'm going to try and continue to break off some pieces from that glowing stone that we had. I tried once, and I'm assuming with a 9 I fail.
Oh, with a 9, yeah.
Do I break my?
you try and chisel. It doesn't break your chisel, but I think what happens is you break off a piece which is accidentally like too large, or somehow it just interferes with the magic, and it breaks off a piece of stone. But the stone, the light on that piece of stone just instantly goes out.
All right, I'm gonna try again. Oh, damn it!
All right.
You are not getting.
With another strike of your chisel, you accidentally put a large crack running through the stone.
Does Luna need to
And
come over there?
with a blink of light, the light coming from the stone completely goes out.
Damn it! So now it's dark. Is it dark in here now?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Okay.
You still
Well,
have
I still have my piece, but that only gives me a little bit of illumination.
there's also light coming in through the main hall from this rock. But the over here in this area is completely dark now, in this hallway and everything.
I think
Sure.
in response to seeing lights go out, I will send up just some dancing lights
There you go.
and just send them out and be like, "Is everything okay?"
I broke the magic light stone. I'm sorry.
Sounds good.
I'm still alive. Don't worry. Nothing has exploded yet.
Luna kind of just goes, "What the heck?"
That's what happens when you roll nat one.
Yep. Can I roll a nature check real quick for something?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to determine sort of the background of
Can
these.
Lloyd just walk up and or swim up and just look around and just going like, I hope you're not activating more traps to try and get yourself killed.
Shut up over there. I told you I knew what I was doing. All I did is turned out the lights. I still have a little bit left that still works. Or does that also go out now?
Yes.
No,
Clearly,
the small
you're
stone you
very
still have
capable right now from what I have currently seen.
Well, I'd like to see you do better.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
Well, anyway, but no, I want to
Point me in
roll
a direction.
Oh no.
Well,
I probably should
Fucking
state
good
I
roll.
did roll an investigation a while back, and that's
For
because
what?
Luna's just more trying to see what the potions on the desk are over here.
Oh,
we already took those.
Yeah, this is something that happened last session. Oh, they already got the
Oh.
There was a potion of mind reading, a potion of fire breathing,
ignore
and a
that.
potion of fire breath, and a potion of flying.
Yep.
Ignore.
And they're in my bag of holding.
Okay. Ignore then. Ignore what I was doing.
You're good. You guys you left when they
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we did a little bit of dungeon delving while you were right after we finished up.
Yep, you missed that part.
So yeah.
All
But
right,
no, I
so
want to do a nature check to see if some of the tech here is powered by hydrothermal vents, since we're on the ocean floor.
Yeah, you can roll nature for that. Sure.
Because I don't necessarily know if my character would know that.
Yeah.
A 12?
I mean, you see that you can see in this little crevice right next to the. I mean, you would have seen this coming in. That there were like hydrothermal vents. And you remember in the other Aboleth city, you saw some stuff that was powered by hydrothermal vents. So, like, you don't necessarily know that much about them, but you can see that there's hot water coming out from through the rock, and it looks like. I mean, it kind of makes sense that some of the stuff in here would be powered by that. You don't necessarily know if that's what all this machinery is, but I mean, as far as like the boiler that's warming up the building and stuff, that's probably you kind of assume that that's coming from the hydrothermal vents.
Or some device that uses the heat from that to.
Right.
It has some connection to it, but I don't know what that connection might be, per se. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Where is? Oh, there's the professor. Let's see. There's a couple other things we wanted to show you. Come take a look.
Okay.
So we're going to lead him into the smithing room. What's your take on this technology here? Have you seen anything like it?
Yes, this is quite similar to the technology which we've known the aboleth to employ, in which I'm aware that the lichen employ as well. It uses somehow, which we've been yet unable to determine. It somehow employs the heat from inside the earth to melt metal, or at least get it hot enough to strike. I suppose you can't light a fire underwater, so this is their only method of actually smelting metal while they're underwater.
Okay. Well,
Luna just
you
gives
okay
a
there?
look and just like starts a
Lloyd
little bit of
just-
a giggle. And
I
Lloyd
don't.
just
already can tell it's not worth it of what she's planning.
Well, I can only get a sense of what you're trying to think of, and I'm like, maybe it may not be a great idea to try and reignite that forge. Who knows how long it's been there and if it even still works. The last thing we want is that boiler to rupture and end up being cooked.
Luna just goes, fine.
Also, I don't know if Dragonborn could breathe on fire underwater anyway. I mean, I
Lloyd
wouldn't know.
Lloyd just looks at the professor before asking, is there a possibility that these forges actually can make better equipment than what forges on the overworld world can?
It's difficult to say for sure. I can't say that I've ever seen one of these actually operational before, so it's difficult to say what sorts of quality components they could produce.
Well, actually, that may not be entirely true. Luna, do you still have that rapier?
Yes.
Can you show it to the professor?
She shows it to the professor. I'm not too sure where he
This
is.
is actually.
I'm not
Yeah,
too
he's
sure
right.
where he
He's
is,
like right there.
Okay.
And by show it to him, I
Right
mean
in front of
hand it to him. Don't point it at him. We don't want to insult our guest.
Okay.
So this rapier was we actually found this
She
at the
hands
bottom
it
of
to
another
him.
Aboleth city. Yeah,
All right.
we found this in Aboleth city, not unlike this one. So it wouldn't be too hard to believe that this was either Aboleth or Lycan made.
The
And if
professor
you'll
sort
know,
of looks it over. To me, this appears to be of lichen make, though it is still quite ancient.
Yeah. It's also worth noting that when we found it, the blade had no tarnish or rust on it whatsoever. It appeared almost brand new, as if it had just been forged.
These are common enchantments. Of course, for an underwater species, you must be capable of producing metal that is unable to rust. Many of their constructions are made of bronze, or brass, or similar metals that don't rust in such a destructive way. But of course, if they do
Or
use steel,
gold?
gold is occasionally used, but gold is quite a soft metal. Certainly not fit for use in swords.
Yes, but it could be used as an alloy to prevent rust.
That is true, though it is quite expensive. I suppose the aboleth could afford such things.
Or they just take it.
This is true. Yes, I believe this sword is of lichen construction.
Well, it was worth.
Can't say that I've
If
seen
only
many weapons constructed by the Ableth. Considering they themselves don't really seem to utilize weapons.
Well, perhaps these weapons were not for them, but for their slaves.
Yes, I believe that is most likely.
Lloyd just sighs before going like, if only Brickfall was here, he would most likely be absolutely interested in one of these and seeing how they work.
Well,
Not to
given
mention,
that
he's probably the safest bet if we even want to see if these things are operational.
well, I'm not sure about you, but knowing our friend Brickfall, he would probably think that boiler was what giant still and try drinking from it.
Luna just goes, I don't think he's that stupid.
I think the term simple-minded is a bit more accurate than stupid. He's not one to really think things through. But alas, the point is it matters not, since he is not with us at the moment. I'm sure next time we see him, we will tell him of this and of what we've discovered. Assuming, of course, we ever see him again.
Because I think that if these forges are really stronger than what we have on the surface, we could potentially make better equipment for ourselves.
Well, not for me. My druidic code for me does not allow me to wield weapons or armor of metal. Not to mention, I don't take it you're much of a blacksmith.
What is blacksmithing based off of?
I mean,
It's its own skill.
yeah. Well,
Oh.
you wouldn't have any professional experience with blacksmithing, right?
I don't think I would.
I mean, you're a noble, so you probably have never.
Touched one.
Probably
I
never.
always had people to do it for
It
me.
would be probably like strength or something, but I mean, you could try doing it, but it would be really, really hard for somebody who's never done it before to just try and pick it up.
Oh, hey, look! He graces us with his presence.
Yeah, the ghost of Dollar Matum is here.
Dreams. Whoa.
They
Do
were
you know
just
what's
talking
the
about you.
irony? Amir's just showing up right now.
We were
I
just
know.
talking about you.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Hello!
Yeah, they were
The
talking
devil
about
just walked in.
how simple-minded Dollar Matum was.
Well,
He's a man of ethics.
that's not exactly what
Brickfall,
we're
eat his
talking
Snickers.
about.
You get all spooky when you're
We
hungry.
found like a forge, like a Aboleth forge, and Lloyd was mentioning. Man, I really wish that. I felt like if Brickfall was here, he would be absolutely interested with one of these. Especially if we could make stronger gear using it.
Oh, it'd be cool.
Yes, although I pointed out that the underground boilers kind of resemble like tanks that you would brew alcohol in, so I probably said that he would probably just try drinking from it first. Kind of. Yeah. Anyway,
Dollar
are you
Matum is
joining us
not
in
a
game,
dude.
or are you just dropping by to say hello?
I don't know. I don't think it would be. It would probably wouldn't make sense for the storyline for Dollar Mountain just to randomly pop back up.
Fair enough.
I have no idea where you
can
are.
have. So like I mean right now it wouldn't make sense because they're like in the Aboleth layer, but it would make sense for you to meet back up with them potentially if you went back to Crown Point or something.
Crown
Whatever you
Point,
might do.
or possibly even hearing about like some sailors might have headed back and just talked about the aboleth being defeated, which would possibly attract Darmatu's attention.
I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to be consistent enough to really get back in. So I'll just be a fly on the wall for now. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, fly! Flap.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can pop back in if you want as a cameo when they get back to the city. But it's up to you.
I mean,
Alright.
if he was a fly on the wall, he's dead now. So
Well, he is an underwater fly too.
that's
Just let me
true.
be like a random NPC, and I'll
There you
just
go.
harass
You can be the
everybody.
professor. There
Yeah,
you
you
go.
can be the Professor Seth Graham. Yeah.
Ba-doop-boop.
Expert on aboleth.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh
Alright.
no, not this again.
We already took care of the other half of this.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm interrupting. Go ahead.
Yeah, it
No.
connects to the portal that's in that was in the pirate base that you guys cleared out before.
Ah, yes, makes sense.
All right, where are you guys headed to next?
Well, I mean, I've already explored this area. I don't know if the professor wants to go anywhere in particular.
Yeah, I mean he'll kind of look around, but he doesn't.
I mean,
Have you been
he could probably spend all day down here.
Yeah, he won't necessarily.
Have you been watching these?
What was that?
Top, have you been watching the sessions?
Oh
Just
yeah,
curious.
no, not yet. I plan to though.
Because I can tell you that Lloyd is still continuing to keep his title of Master Duelist.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
That was pretty funny. He's the champion of the arena now.
Barely.
I mean, the dude can fight. Like, my God.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I don't know how I'd feel though if whatchamacallit, if Usopp went up against him on the actual one-on-one fight. Given that he managed to he evaporated an owlbear in one strike.
Yeah, he turned it into a pile of feathers.
To be fair, to be fair,
Listen.
you were using like level 7 or 6 magic, which you wouldn't have access to at that point.
Listen, if the gods didn't demote Alarmatum's HP, he would have beat you.
Demote. That was Dollarmatum realizing that he was supposed to have
half
less HP.
That's kind of what happened to me.
After several sessions of being a tank.
Yeah, well, it was. I imagine it's like the Wile E. Coyote thing, where he's like standing over he can like walk over the canyon, but the second he looks down and realizes it, that's when he starts falling. Like Dollarmatum believed that he was really strong.
Yeah.
And then he realized
he went
was
through
weak.
like a late midlife crisis.
That's my headcanon. All right.
Also, we have leveled up to level 7, just so you know.
Oh yeah, that is also true.
Yeah, Dollarmatum's like in the back, multi-classing into 7 different classes.
He has all colors of the rainbow.
Right now he's off probably doing some clandestine operations for the Brothers of Wheatear.
So there's his royalty class.
There you go.
Making some moves in the Empire.
Maybe he'll come back for a session if the Brothers of Wheatear ever come back.
Maybe.
Also, Lloyd finally has over 40 health. Finally,
you don't even need it. You're already doing really well. He missed the session where you guys all word and saw the dwarves.
Oh yeah, we did. We basically found a mafia town where that was survived off of dwarf slavery.
Yeah, that was one of the things when I was talking to him about starting this campaign, and we were like talking about his character and stuff. That was kind of one of his ideas, actually. I think. Or was that
Yeah.
your idea originally, Tyler? To have
Yeah, the dwarves are very oppressed people now in this empire.
yeah. But yeah, there you go. Wait word. It would have been fun to see Dollar Mom being confronted with all these people who who own dwarven slaves and stuff.
Probably a good thing Dollar Mountain wasn't there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
you probably would have gone full William Wallace on the place.
Greenspell kept his cool. He was like, oh, we feel bad for you, but we're not gonna like put our lives at risk. We have bigger fish to fry. I don't know what Dollar Mountain was.
Meanwhile, it's very fortunate that Lloyd didn't see them because Lloyd would have started stuff.
Yeah, that would have been a very big.
Like, other from Darmatu himself, Lloyd is the other one who would not stand for this whatsoever.
It would have been a big character moment for Dollar Mountain.
Oh, it absolutely would have.
Oh, would have.
You
It
Yeah.
may
guys
have
will
also
probably be-
resulted in the fact that may have also resulted in your death,
or all of your deaths,
or all of our deaths. Yeah,
or at the very least, you being considered criminals within the entire empire.
I think that
Okay,
would kind of throw
you
our
just-
plans in a wrench.
Listen, you just kick the door down and think about it later.
That is the
Okay.
Dollar Mountain way.
I also should probably
Yes.
state for out of character, obviously, but Luna can now go into can actually professionally perform now instead of going to taverns.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, she
Oh,
joined a
nice.
theater.
You got her a job.
Wow.
Well,
it's about time you start.
she got
putting some
herself
in
a
to
job.
support the group.
Ouch.
All
Bring
right.
some money in.
Also, do you
Or-
want
Oh,
to
she's
know
always-
how much
She's always
Lloyd
asking
got
people for
from the
money.
duel?
That's true. Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
can pay for your own underwater potions.
Ooh,
Lloyd
Hmm.
got like
that's gotta hurt.
1,000 gold from that.
Yeah, from being the champion.
Oh, nice. Juicy
All right.
Jousting.
I
And
got
now
Speaking
he
of
has
gold.
a rapier +1 as well, called the Gaia Blade.
I think most of you guys have +1 weapons. I actually just Dollar
I-
Mountain have
I-
+1.
I don't
Yeah, I
have a
did.
+1 weapon, but I have a +1 armor.
Oh
I had my Stormbreaker, remember?
yeah.
I have
Oh, is that a
no
+1
plus-
axe?
I do not have a +1 weapon, but you know what?
You don't need it. Okay.
Really
You don't
need
need
it.
weapons. I was gonna say you don't need weapons.
You have
Not really.
magic!
Just
I-
chill touch everybody.
You
I give
are
+1
the
weapons-
weapon.
I
I
am.
give +1 weapons to
You
people
just
who
go
actually
like,
use
I
weapons.
cast Thunder Spell!
I'm
Cast Thunderspell.
Yeah.
well,
Well, while we're talking, at one point in time, after getting bored, I'll say, Lloyd, I found something for you.
Lloyd looks at him curiously.
I'm just sitting over in this corner up here, and before you get there, I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion.
Oh no! Why am I sensing a prank's about to go down?
No, just come here.
Mom, get the
For
camera.
you.
I don't have a camera.
Can Lloyd make a perception
Write that
check?
down. Write that down.
Yeah, I guess you can make a perception check against his Usopp. You can either do sleight of hand or Arcana.
Counterspell. No, just kidding.
I'll do the Arcana. Just gonna I'm gonna wait until he gets kind of close, and then
Can Greenspell and Luna just watch what the heck's about to go down?
Ooh.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm. Yikes.
okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Because this one, I think it's. Let me check if it's semantic and. So you can tell something's up. You just can't tell what.
Yeah, you see him like wildly waving his arms around when you get out there.
We're
You
just
So
going.
should I
What are you doing?
should I interfere with this or not?
Is he in talking?
I have
in
a rough
character?
idea. I'm like thinking to myself.
Okay. Luna just says,
Uh,
"Is this a prank?" Luna says this to Greenspell. Is this?
I
a prank?
give Luna a look like, should I do something? I smell a prank.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
man.
both saw a prank.
All right. Well, here I will do this then. I will before Lloyd rounds the corner. I will cast Hold Person
What does that do?
Okay.
What does
Oh my.
that do?
on Lloyd. It basically I can basically stop him from moving.
He has to roll a wisdom save? Is that what it is? Or is it
I think it's a Wisdom save. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you
wisdom.
And the
said old
DC is
person, not old person. I heard
Hold Person,
old.
not Old Person. Oh, sorry. Hold Person.
I'm sorry, I heard
So
that
you gotta
wrong.
wait to Wisdom save, or you're basically just
Stuck.
frozen
Oh,
in place.
no. I'm not gonna win this.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm actually helping you here. You'll see in a minute. I turn. After you've frozen. I'm like, Usopp, don't. That's enough. Don't traumatize the kid any more than he already is. I knew what you were trying to do, right? And I sit there with I've got my one arm folded in my arm, and the other one's out, and I'm just staring, arms crossed, and I have a cross face. I'm like,
I was like, fine, and then I'll come around the corner with a little cuttlefish in my hand. A minor illusion.
all right, I dispelled the Hold Person, so you're now. Or does that actually leave you paralyzed? Do I need to actually read this and actually see how it works? The spell ends on the target. Okay, so you're no longer paralyzed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usopp here thought he was going to be
Well-
funny and turn into a shark. Make you think you were seeing a shark or something stupid like that.
It's gonna be a baby one. Don't even worry about it.
I love
Lloyd just glares at him, just going "You're doing this because I was sarcastic to you earlier, huh?"
Well, pay kind and kind.
It's like, how did we? I love that Luna's just going. She's just like. She's like. She just kind of has her hand on her head, just going.
What the hell's happening here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a real boy.
No. Oh, no. Go to Lloyd. If I was gonna be real mean to you, I could make you a shark.
No.
That's
No.
that.
I'm pretty. Oh, go ahead.
Lloyd
Sorry.
just stumbles on his words, just completely confused, just before saying, "How would that even work?" In a complete, raised voice, just in complete confusion.
2 words.
sorry.
It's actually pretty easy. Wild shape.
What is going on in the chat?
That's not what I meant.
I'm not
meant
actually.
as in, why would that terrify me exactly?
Or I can make me I can make me a shark.
I think I think what you're trying to. I think what he's trying to get at here is that he's trying to play on your fear of that one encounter we had where you were fish food.
Great.
Yeah, I don't know. If it makes you feel any better, he did steal my boots.
I tried to give them back.
You still stole them.
Luna's like.
Yeah, and the thrill of it was great.
Luna just looks at Green Spuds and goes, "Wait, do you mean the curse boots?"
I'm not that evil. Look,
Luna kind of just
I don't have.
looks between both
I'm
of
just
them,
like-
going head back and forth, going, "Wait, do you mean the curse boots?" Like,
I don't have that.
Because I pretended they were cursed. I don't think she knows about that.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea. Well,
Yeah, she doesn't know it wasn't. She doesn't know that that was a lie. That's why she's confused.
All right. Well,
what's going on in the chat?
I think I was going to ask, but I think I don't want to know. All right. I think we should head back to the surface. I think
while we're having a serious RP here,
we can RP one move at the same time.
The other RP is just
Chaos.
whatever's going on crack, pretty much.
I think it's just Silas and Dollar Matum just hashing it out in the comment section.
Okay.
All right.
Blood for the blood god.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
You guys are headed back to service. All right.
Meanwhile, we get back on shore. We just see all hell break loose, and just, I was gone for 5 minutes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the ballista and the ship are arguing.
Like, what the hell is my luck today? Has it just suddenly disappeared?
Luna's just kind of like, I'm going to go this way.
Screw this, I'm going home.
Screw this, I'm gonna go play Minecraft.
That was always an option.
Wow, okay.
You could have always gone home and played Minecraft. It's true.
It's true. I mean, yes, but... Alright, well. So now that we've gone down...
I'm not dealing with this right now.
It looks like there's two of them. I put an extra one of me out earlier, so I'm just going to shove this guy in the corner.
Where is he? I can delete him.
Yeah, if you want to delete him, he's just over in the corner. I think you must have put one before I arrived.
Yeah, I did.
Probably.
Okay, so I just noticed there's two of me, and one was just kind of hiding.
Yeah, from last session, I think because we started with the Aboleth fight, I think. Right. So I controlled your character for like the first turn or something.
Cool.
All right. So you guys get back up to this.
At least it wasn't as bad as Spanish Inquisition's attempt on playing another character in a different.
You just can never let anything go, can you?
I am the same guy who went on an entire freaking rant because someone got a car brand wrong.
Okay.
What do you think? I was so petty that I literally brought out Google just to prove them wrong. I am that petty.
Okay, who the person who is being petty towards?
Okay. Well, I think we should probably figure out what we want to do next.
Luna has came back, by the way. She came back over here. She's just
Lloyd just
okay, so
just walks over to the tree before
the professor
grabbing
will,
like a whetstone and starts sharpening his sword.
First things first, the professor will he'll translate the journal for you. And also the map. You guys can have access to both of those things now.
Yay, we have both. I did something. Wait a minute. Hold up. X.
I'll say real quick to green spell. Before we go to sleep tonight, let's have a quick chat.
What did you steal now?
No, I didn't steal anything.
Who did you hurt? Who did you kill?
So the bodies are buried. No, I'm kidding.
What did you do?
I just have to. I think we should redistribute some of the items we have.
All right, let's just get this over with.
So,
all right,
we can get this over with right now. I want to give the scroll fly to Lloyd.
Okay. The scroll, the potion, or the scroll?
I have a scroll of fly. We got way earlier.
Okay.
I'm
Lloyd
reading
just
this.
kind of
I'm
goes
just.
like, uh,
Are you speaking just the two of us, or are you speaking to the whole group?
I was just kind of muttering to you. I was just saying. I think we should get the scroll of fly to Lloyd.
Are these
Okay.
years in the notes?
Hmm?
I'm reading the notes. Are those like years?
So the abbreviation is month, and then the number is year. Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like the year doesn't match.
Anything?
It doesn't match the years that you would know, but it. I mean, presumably the Aboleth have their own calendar, so.
Okay.
I'm just saying, as a party leader, I think it would be wise for me to come to you if we want to redistribute the items that we have.
Fair enough. I'm okay.
I just want to give up the scroll fly. During my travels here recently, especially after the Aboleth battle, I think I can translate that scroll and use it on my own.
Hmm. Can you read? I didn't know you could read. Whatchamacallit. You read the Aboleth language.
No, I think maybe the scroll of fly was found with the pirates. It's just
Oh.
normal, common scroll of fly, but
Ah.
read it enough and looked at it enough. I think I can just do that on my own now.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting.
Call it an epiphany.
Or a wizard multiclass, but go on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not multi-class. I'm just a wizard. No, sorcerer. No.
Sorcerer.
So no. I guess it's. I guess we share the same pool on that one.
Anyway. Okay, well, regardless.
Regardless,
So,
I think we should give the scroll a fly to Lloyd.
okay. Last will and testament. One scroll of flying to Lloyd Brandel of House. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yep. Then I'll just hand over the scroll.
Okay. Then I'll pass this to Lloyd.
Let's see. How do I do
Lloyd
this?
just kind of looks at it before nervously chuckling, just going like,
I checked it. It's
you
fine.
you do realize I'm not particularly talented or even have any affinity towards magic whatsoever, right?
Well, you see, the fun thing about this scroll is you don't need any of that. All you need to do is open it and read it, which is in common, and it does all the work for you. I think. Right?
So scrolls, rules is written. You technically, I think you have to be capable of casting that level of spell, or like one below or one above, or something like that. But
Excuse me.
allow anybody to cast this spell as long as you'll have to make an Arcana check unless you're capable of using magic normally.
And then from there, it's
So-
just an automatic success.
So yeah, so Usopp trying to cast a spell would be an automatic success, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else, you would have to roll Arcana.
Okay. So
Which
I didn't think
think
that through, but I'll still hand over the scroll and see. Maybe it'll be good for Lloyd. He seems the most likely to need it.
I suppose. Okay. What else do you have?
And that's it.
me.
I do need to resupply magic supplies, but no. I figured the scroll, which could go to a better hand.
All right.
I mean, I have a lot of arrows, like 83 of them.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
Unless
yeah.
you can keep it for yourself. That's fine.
Excuse me. If you want to, well, do you have a short bow or a long bow?
longbow.
Ooh, okay, they can't help you there. Excuse me. Because I was going to give you some of those poisoned arrows I had, but I'm pretty sure they're not big enough for your longbow. They're not long enough. Anyway, so
Wait, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since my fighting style is archery, can I use arrows that normally I couldn't with at least some proficiency just because I have a fighting style in archery?
It's not.
Go
ahead. You're the DM.
So
I mean,
what
it
do you mean?
wouldn't be the weirdest thing you see.
Do you? I mean, you can
You-
use. You have proficiency with bows anyway, don't you?
Yes, but I also have the bonus of specially trained in archery.
Yeah, that's true. But you, I mean, what do you mean using arrows you normally wouldn't? I guess what do you mean by that?
Lloyd wants to know if they can use my poisoned short bow arrows in their longbow and still have it be as effective. Which my initial thought is no, because the arrows themselves would be significantly shorter.
That's probably true in reality, but I don't know in terms of game mechanics.
It's up to you. You're the boss.
If it's really differentiated between different types of arrows.
I feel like the only difference is like a shaft is like the shaft length. But even then, like a skilled archer can like.
I don't know any language about difference in arrows for weapon or like.
Yeah, I think that they should work in all types of bows. I will say, I mean, I'm not like an expert in archery in real life, but I have actually, well, not fired, but shot bows before, I guess.
I mean, I'm a fairly decent archer in real life, and I can tell you.
Do the arrows lengths actually matter?
Yeah. Yes.
For the type of bow, okay.
Well, yes and no. It's more dependent on the archer than it is on the bow, but I can tell you for a fact, like if you took an old-fashioned longbow, you'd have a much different draw length than you would, which is the distance from the bow to where you hold the arrow, like when you're pulled back, versus a regular smaller bow or like a horse bow or a compound bow. So I would say this: you could probably use this arrows. It may not give you as much power,
right?
Because if a shorter arrow, you have a shorter effective length to pull back and draw.
That was kind of what I would have assumed.
That's the bigger thing. It's
that you could still use them. It would just not be as effective.
Have it shortened to like be more of like short bow length. Then would that be fair?
It would be short bow damage too, because it's getting less power.
That too.
Yeah,
it's up to you.
That would be.
That's how I would argue it if I was a DM.
I mean, that would be acceptable. I just don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that. Why do you need? You want to use his poisoned arrows? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Do you not still have the
You think I used it all?
Oh.
Oh, see ya.
Yeah.
Left.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh yeah, he died. I mean, here's what I can do. When we get back to Crown Point, I can talk to the apothecary there, and I'm sure he'll be able to get you some of that poison.
Yeah, you could also potentially scavenge for it. I don't remember. Did you buy it or did you scavenge for it?
I bought it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure if I tried hard enough, I could find it.
Perhaps.
Luna has no clue what they're talking about, and so she's just kind of grabbing a bunch of plants.
Talking about arrows.
All right. Well, where do we go from here?
She knows what the basis of what they're talking about, but she's not like interested in what's going on. I should say. So she just went out and grabbed a bunch of different berries and stuff like that.
Okay.
Although she does not know pretty much. Would she know would she?
I don't think you would
I
know
would
what purple
think-
night, what dark nightshade is compared to any
No.
other plant.
I mean, with a
What?
19, in 18, would she know she got pretty much let's just say she grabbed the ones that she knew.
I mean, what are you looking for? Like poisonous plants?
But either edible or poisonous, that she knows specifically here.
I mean, with an 18 in survival, you could probably find like a poisonous plant, maybe some like poisonous berries or something.
Okay. I just meant like either plant, like food-based plants or poisonous plants.
That would be a
Yeah.
nature check.
Survival.
Is it survival or that was nature?
You could do. I mean, I would probably accept either.
I think it's
both
one
is
of those
fine.
cases where you could probably use both.
I would say. I mean, if you're looking for food, then the check you would make to not find poisonous food, to find edible food, would be survival. So probably with this check, you could find some stuff that you know is poisonous, but you don't necessarily know. I mean, something could be poisonous, but that doesn't necessarily mean you could use it to put poison on the tip of an arrow. But it still wouldn't be safe to eat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, she's more just like. It's more of a, how do I put this? It's more of she's
I feel like
curious.
she's just foraging for food.
Yeah. So you will be able to find food, and
Okay.
some that is you would know is poisonous, but you don't necessarily know if it's suitable for use on a bow or an arrow, I should say.
She's just trying to be helpful. Pretty much.
Right.
I'm gonna say like 10 normal berries and like 2 like poisonous berries. That'd be okay?
Yeah, sure. Where are you guys headed to? What's the
That's
plan?
what I was trying to figure out for the past like 15 minutes. Well, I personally think we should head back to the cap. Yeah, well, we should definitely at least
I
head
would
back
say-
to the capital, drop off our professor friend and all of the stuff we had, and then we can make our way back to Crown Point from there.
I mean, wouldn't it be faster to travel to Crown Point, and wouldn't it be better to tell them that the aboleth that is near here is gone for now?
I mean,
As well as to drop
agree.
off Joshua?
I agree with Greensville. We do
Because
have
if
to
you
kinda drop
remember,
off the professor.
think of it this here, just as a sense of scale. I think we are here. We are here. Thank you. I mean, I guess it would make more sense because I think of it this way: if we go to Crown Point, do stuff there, go back to the capital, and come back. Either way, we're going to have to go there and back, no matter which direction. Whether we go here first, I mean, it's on the way, so I guess it would make sense to just stop at Crown Point first.
Crown Point, yeah.
Yeah, that makes better sense. Okay, I thought we were somewhere else on the map. I
Yeah, I
didn't see
thought
the
we were
blue
closer
dot.
to the professor's location.
All right.
Yeah, you guys traveled.
A lot.
Remember, you guys went to Waitward. It was a week on sea, and then another week.
Yeah.
To get back to
After.
there.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Or we go around.
Yeah, the first time you went around that way.
We went this. Yeah, we went this way.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you guys are headed to Crown Point, I guess?
Yes, let's head back to Crown Point.
Right. So it's a pretty quick journey back to Crown Point. Oop. Right, let me pull that map up. Why this works sometimes it doesn't. There we go.
Maybe we could have Dormatu show up here again, but maybe not exactly join back up with the party.
Well, he's left.
He already left for the night.
Yeah, he left the Discord chat.
Oh, he's still logged in, but I'm guessing he's.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, they did have their baby, by the way. I asked.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I played tabletop with him the other day.
Yeah, he and his wife had their baby like 2 weeks ago.
nice.
Oh, nice.
So no issues, no complications or anything like that. Everything went smoothly.
Good to hear.
Hmm.
Right. So after after a few hours of sailing, so I think that you guys pretty much so on that day you guys woke up and then you went back down to the underwater ruins, right? But you didn't spend that much time there, so then you came back up. So by this time it would probably be late afternoon, maybe like 3 or 4 p.m.
Okay.
When you guys arrive back into Crown Point. You sort of pull into the harbor. Where are you guys headed to?
Well, I want the picture come out.
Lloyd decides to head back to like the city hall with Joshua.
Okay.
That's where I was going to go. Just going to
Yeah,
go to
let's
City
go.
Hall, and
I guess everybody's just gonna go to City Hall then.
I say we can all just go as a group, unless other people have places they want to go.
Right.
Let's go as a group.
I plan to go to the apothecary for once.
Okay.
I'm just selling
the-
stuff. I'm just selling stuff.
The professor will follow you, and Joshua Poole will follow you too.
I'm selling the 2 poisonous berries.
Okay.
That was.
They would give. They might be willing to give you like 2 copper for that.
Copper? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine.
You guys arrive back, and you at this point they pretty much recognize you. You stroll right into Captain Elias's office, and the mayor is in there with him. They sort of turn to look at you as you walk in, and Elias he quickly stands up and walks over and hugs his brother.
Excuse me.
Joshua, I'm glad you were able to make it out okay. Yes, brother. We were able to destroy that aboleth. I wasn't sure that we'd be able to, but now I finally feel that I'm free from all of this. I can move on with my life. Elias turns to you and sort of looks back at the mayor. Well, the city owes all of you a great debt for removing the threat of that aboleth. Was there anything else you were able to learn? There aren't any more of them, right?
Well, actually, that was the where there is good and bad news, if you will. That was the good. That was the good news, and if I'm reading this correctly, I'm assuming that you've already out of character for a second. Have you already translated this for us to read?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I can say for a fact then in character that there are more of them. And that there is a conspiracy afoot. And I pull out the observation. I show him the notebook that we found.
All right.
And I specifically sort of point to like the bottom, like the third from the bottom, and the bottom entries.
I guess these elders. This is quite concerning news.
Yeah, well, and the other thing too is we have no idea where to find them. We were not able to find any documents or anything that would indicate where we could find these elders, who they are, where we can find them. So, who knows?
The worst part of all of this is that most of our troops, most of the men that we relied upon, have been recalled to the capital to head east for Consul Justianus's his folly, his expedition into the east. We'll be defenseless if the Aboleths decide to attack us again.
Aboleth lived for quite a long time. They're practically immortal, so perhaps their sense of time in terms of striking back might be a bit longer than you can see in the documents that there's several years gaps between each of these events. So we should have adequate time to prepare.
I hope so. But in any case, I think that though I hate to call upon you once again, it would be
Do you have further need of our assistance?
it would be important, I think, for us to prepare in any way we can. Certainly,
Lloyd
we
just
must petition those in the capital to send the troops back to Rugia at least. If you speak with the governor, he should be able to send you to the capital using a teleportation circle. They're normally reserved for emergencies and government officials, but under the circumstances, I believe they could make an exception for you.
Let's just hope that they will
Lloyd
be willing
just
to listen to us.
Yes, indeed.
Lloyd raises his hand before going. It might be best for me to stay here. I concocted a strategy that helped defeated the Aboleth. If we were to encounter another one, even if it's unlikely that one will strike again soon, it would probably be best for me to help and set up defenses.
Well, you see, that the mayor starts to think, well, you are the only one of this particular group who has ever had any experience with politics. You do come from a noble family, isn't that true? If we need to
Yes.
get involved in any of the politics in the capital, it might be important for you to be there in order to help smooth things over and make sure things go the way that we need them to.
That is also true.
Yes, I'm sure that the ears of the
This was a
capital will listen much more closely to a noble than of just a simple halfling like myself with no class or title to my name.
Hmm. If you wouldn't
fair
mind,
enough.
you could speak with the governor in the key. Us Rugians, we don't have representation in the Council of Fathers, but I believe that the governor's brother has a presence in the capital. I'm not sure what sort of authority he has, but perhaps you could try speaking to him.
Lloyd just pauses for a moment, thinking about all the options he has before going like, how much time do we have before leaving? If we have a bit of time, I'll start writing up a strategy guide on tactics I use to bring down this Diaboleth, if that would help.
And with that, the professor speaks up too. And of course, I'll be staying here in the city as well, conducting my archaeological dig. I am a foremost expert in the Aboleth, so perhaps I could help construct some defenses around the city. Not to mention the use of this particular artifact that we were able to use to defeat the Aboleth this time could certainly be used if an Aboleth attacked in your absence.
Lloyd looks to Greenspell, going like, you think that's safe to part with the stone for now?
I don't see why not. I pull the stone out of my satchel or my pack and I give it to the mayor and to the captain, and he's like, I suppose I should at least explain how it works. So, and it's very simple actually. All you need to do is to stare at it for a while, and once you sort of feel its magical energy fill you up, it will provide some resistances against aboleth control, if you will.
Hmm.
It's
But also make note that it's not perfect.
yes, it's not a perfect defense. It simply strengthens what is already in place.
Hmm.
I don't know if there is what you might call a true way to kill an aboleth, because even in death, they simply travel to another plane before returning.
I see. Well, we must do what we can, I suppose, to
Yes,
defend our city.
of course. But yes, I think for we have some time. I don't think that we need to have everything go up all at once. I think it would be wise. It would be wise to not get what's the phrase? Not lazy, but I don't. Sorry.
Complacent?
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
complacent about our defense, but I don't think this is something that we could be is of the utmost priority. I think it will be. It will take some time before the Aboleth elders will learn of this and have a time to retaliate. If assuming, of course, that's their plan of action.
I hope that you're correct, but I fear that if the aboleth has been able to operate under our noses for all these years, that they may have already infiltrated our society far more than we realize.
Huh. Do you have a suspicion that there are others amongst us, amongst the town, who have been under, under the control of an aboleth? Is
Never
that what you?
before, but
Well,
even across
Then
all of the
again, it
empire.
doesn't seem that for a lot of these, except for their highest members, don't even seem to have that much of a thought of their own.
Hmm.
Well,
You think it's and probably having one with complete free will is probably very hard to do. As well as would take like a very specific talent. That's probably the reason why they were targeting me in particular and trying to take control of me. Because I have the tactics and know-how that they could use for an army.
Perhaps, but it's still unknown exactly how they control the minds of others. We can't draw any fast conclusions. In any case, we must prepare an army, at least to defend ourselves. But hopefully, we'll be able to build up our strength, and if we learn the location of these aboleth, perhaps we could wipe them out completely. To
well,
remove them from this area.
there was one thing that may elucidate where these elders might be. You see, during our travels underwater in the lair of the aboleth, there was this architecture that we did not explore because let's just say that it seemed from observing it closely that it was some sort of transportation device that we feared may have led to more aboleths if we had simply just activated it and gone to where it is. And I definitely think just by ourselves we would not be enough to fight an entire camp of aboleths.
Yes, that's true, no doubt. And imagine if there had been an entire city of them, hundreds of them.
Exactly. We don't know. We don't know what this device was, where it was leading, but we're just using our, I want to say intuition, but it would not be unreasonable to think that this device was a portal.
Educated guess, I would say.
Yes, thank you, Lloyd. an educated guess that this device was a portal that could be used to transport Aboleth soldiers from their base to this outpost.
Well, I suggest that we begin preparing our defenses immediately. Whereas the rest of you, if you would be willing to head to the capital, and perhaps we can convince the Council of Fathers that this threat is imminent and that we must gather our strength to face off against these Aboleth.
I think it would.
These Aboleth pose a threat not only to Rugia and Crown Point, but potentially the entire empire.
Well, I believe you're correct. Although I think we should, if we were wise, we should take somebody with us whose voice would be more easily heard amongst the ranks of the fathers.
Yes,
I don't know.
The governor's brother is in the capital, and he has some connections. If you go and speak with the governor in the key, he might be able to give you some more information.
That's not a terrible idea. We do have positive relations with the governor. Yes, of course.
Yes, and
hearing a voice, even of a fallen noble house, would probably be much more listened to compared to more common folk in their eyes.
Well, before any of that, we need to gain an audience with the council. And I imagine that is not a particularly easy task, especially in a time of, as you say, a time of conflict.
Yes, it's true. They do hold council often, but of course, a commoner cannot simply walk into the chambers, let alone into the palace.
Yes, one does not simply walk into Mordor, or so they say.
Where's Mordor?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I don't believe I've heard of that place.
It was a tale. It's a tale from my druidic circle. I'm sorry.
You'll have to tell me that one day.
Yes, I will, but it is quite a long story. I hope perhaps another time.
I see. It's funny that you're a halfling too.
Yes, there's 6 books. There's 6 books and several moving pictures and things about it. It's quite the spectacle. Anyway, but back to the task at hand, I suppose. I think that's not. I think given
Lloyd looks at the captain before saying, "I suggest if you have any extra."
Yeah.
Carry on, Lloyd.
Lloyd looks to the captain before saying, "If you have any soldiers and ballista still around, I suggest tying ropes to ballista bolts. That way you can try to encase the aboleth. Impairing movement is critical.
Are they capable of performing much movement upon land?
No, not whatsoever. Although they are quite large, so you need to spread them out carefully so that they can't easily take them all out in one blow."
I understand. Well, at least the fact that they're not capable of quick movement upon land, that does bode well for us.
That's probably the reason why they relied on soldiers to try and go in and destroy the ballistas.
Let's just hope that they don't have a large army sitting somewhere. Well,
yes.
Very well. Anything that Crown Point can offer to you to help you in your quest, of course, you'll have it.
I suppose the only thing that we could ask, that maybe of some assistance, is a document of some kind, just to give our claims some credibility.
Yes, of course. One moment.
For whatever it's worth.
He pulls out like a piece of parchment, scribbling down some some notes, and then finally he takes out like a small stamp, melts some wax, and stamps it shut. Here you are. This is a letter. Should contain some information, and it bears my seal. Certainly that should be enough for the governor, but perhaps it will bear some weight in the council as well. Though I can't say that my name is quite so prestigious.
Well, I think with this, and I think if we get another letter, if we've had discussions and we've met with the governor a few times, I think he will listen to us. It's just a question of whether or not he would be willing to connect us with his brother, as you say, and whether that connection will, hold any weight. So the more names we have on here, the better off I think will be.
Yes, that does seem reasonable. Very well.
I suppose we should prepare for our departure then. I guess perhaps we should wait a day or so. I believe the crew have been out to sea for several days now without rest, and I believe they have earned themselves a day or so's reprieve.
Yes, of course. You're welcome to stay in Crown Point as long as you need.
Of course.
All right. So you guys
probably will give us a chance to resupply on items as well.
You guys walk out of the capital. Where are you guys headed to?
All right. Well, let's see. Where do we want to go? That's a good question. Let's go meet up with Luna at the. I'm gonna go meet up with Luna at the apothecary.
Okay.
Which is right outside of town, right outside the town hall.
Yep.
It's over here, Luna.
All right. Anybody else want to do any chores?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Lloyd
General store.
Okay.
Goes to find where he is. Is he on the map?
You are not currently on the map.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, also, Joshua and the
blacksmith
professor are they don't travel with you. They're staying in the.
No. Yeah, I know. They've left the adventuring party.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So we'll walk into the apothecary. I presume Luna is still there. Like, if you finished your business at this point.
Yeah, she's probably finishing up.
I look at Luna. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, that's true.
I did.
Okay. Interesting. What were you looking for exactly?
I was more just selling, actually.
I look over at Luna and I see like the copper pieces in her hands, and I'm like, "Huh? That's all they gave you?"
It was two poisonous berries.
Well, I guess I can't say I'm surprised. Well, is the I'm gonna talk to the apothecary. Excuse me.
Yes. Hello, sir.
Hi. Do you happen to have any more of that nightshade essence that I bought a while ago? Do you remember?
Yes, of course.
One of my friends would like some for their arrows as well. It seemed to prove quite effective in our most recent endeavors, if you will.
He sort of pulls out a small bottle. And for how many arrows would you like to purchase this?
Maybe that's 20, maybe.
20. I suppose I can sell that to you for, let's say, 1 gold piece.
Just 1 gold piece.
Yes.
Okay, that seems reasonable. I put down the gold piece, and is it like a vial, I'm assuming?
Yeah, he sort of takes out like a larger jar, and he gets like a small little glass jar, and he puts in like a small amount of it. He measures out with little cups, and hands it to you over to you. It's like a fairly small vial.
Now, this might be an odd request, but do you happen to have the antidote for this particular poison as well? Just in the off chance that my friend here does not, accidentally was to, cut himself while applying the poison to his arrows. Last thing we would want him is to die from his own,
Yes, of course. I should say that this poison isn't generally poisonous enough that it would be enough to kill you,
Well,
just on its own.
I suppose then
Um,
I guess that should be enough then.
But
Unless you're
I could give you the antidote in any case.
how much would that be?
I could give you enough for say 5 doses. That'd be sufficient. It would be merely a single gold piece.
I think if what you say is true, can I do an insight check to see if he's telling the truth about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I have no reason to distrust him, but you never know. Let me hang on. Character sheet. Or to see if he's like you.
7.
Ooh. That's like the
so-
second nat 20 in a row.
Yeah,
Or sorry, nat 1.
You can't really tell.
Okay, well, I have no reason to doubt him, so.
It's true.
I think if what you say is true, good sir, then I think the antidote will be, as you say, unnecessary. Worst comes to worst, we can always come to you for the antidote if we need it.
Yes, that's true, of course.
All right. Well, thank you. I will be sure. I'm sure he will be. I will be sure to show him the proper technique so that way he does not injure himself.
Very well.
Very well. Good day, sir.
Yes, good day. All right. Anybody else want to do anything before?
So I do have
Lloyd
sorry, go ahead.
walks. Lloyd has already moved to the blacksmith.
Okay.
He walks into it, looking around.
Right. Yeah, you see a familiar man out there hitting metal against his anvil. He stops and looks over at you as you approach. Hello, good sir. How can I help you?
I'm wondering if I can buy more arrows.
More arrows? Of course. How many did you need?
Can I buy 20 more?
20 arrows? I could sell you a bundle for, let's say, 5 silver.
How much silver do you get from 1 gold piece?
10. It's
Yeah.
half a gold piece.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Lloyd hands the guy a gold piece.
He looks it over. he goes into the back and brings out like a bundle of arrows as well as a small sack with 5 silver in it. And there you are, sir.
Also, do you know how much it would take for me to... Do you have any bucklers by chance that are enchanted?
An enchanted buckler. Let me look through some of my stock in the back. And he sort of disappears for a minute. And then he comes back out after a little while. Well, you're quite in luck. I just happened to make one. Not only a few days ago. Someone quite rich and wealthy came around, looking to purchase it, but the deal fell through after I'd already made the thing. I'd be willing to sell it to you, of course.
How much?
Let's see. He thinks for a minute. I could sell it to you for. I'd be willing to give you a discount since I'm looking to sell the thing anyway. I could sell it to you for 1,000. Let's say 1,250 gold pieces.
He looks at him. Can he make a perception check to see if he is being scammed?
Yeah, roll insight.
Or insight? Wrong one. Insight.
$11.
Is that?
Okay. It sounds like a good deal to you.
And we only get 500 gold from the thing, don't we?
From the what?
Oh, that.
From the aboleth.
We haven't collected that yet.
Yeah, I haven't collected anything yet.
Oh, yeah, true.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but I guess.
Oh, he brought it up last time.
Oh, yeah.
And the professor said that he would have somebody send the golds to Crown Point.
Oh. Did they say who?
No, he just said he would have it sent to. He was like, well, the professor said, oh, you could pick it up in the capital, but then Lloyd's like, well, just send it to Crown Point. And then professor's like, well, I guess I have people coming over from the capital, so maybe I could have one of them bring it over then.
Well, I mean,
Sounds
for
good
all,
to me.
hopefully the person who gave it to them was is an honest person, because 500 gold's a pretty
Well,
big chunk of change.
We'll find out.
well, I mean, if you were accepted into the evasion thing, or like the exhibition force, I would suspect that you would have some kind of background check for it to be an honest person, so you don't run off with artifacts and such.
Well, they're grad students. That means that they have no money. They're
500 gold is quite a hefty. That'd be like the equivalent of probably giving somebody a briefcase with like 2 million in cash.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Of untraceable cash. So
Yeah,
you tell me.
A college student that has like I don't know, like $100,000 in loans or something.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't want to assume the worst in people, but it wouldn't. It's something that we should. If that's something that we want to make sure that we get, then we should probably follow up with somebody about that. That's all. Anyway, excuse me.
All right. Well, are you gonna buy the buckler? Yay or nay?
I don't think Lloyd has enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, he says
Lloyd once is going like. Wait, are we going to the capital, which has a arena? So wouldn't that be like going like? Lloyd goes like, I don't have the money yet, but I most likely can get some soon, especially since I'm going to the capital. Do you mind holding on for it for a bit?
Very well. I'll hold on to it for a few days, but no promises. If somebody comes along and buys it, then I'd be willing to sell it to someone else.
I understand.
Well,
I just hope that I manage to get it in time.
Yes. Well, these items don't tend to be particularly hot items. Not very many customers come here looking for magic bucklers.
Lloyd just smiles, just going like, hopefully see you in a week or so, friend.
Yes. Well, then
And I'll make
I
sure
look
to
forward to
come
it.
back with the money.
Of course, you're welcome in my shop anytime.
Okay.
All right.
So as we're leaving the apothecary, we're gonna try to meet up with Lloyd somewhere.
Okay.
Like we're gonna walk towards. Do we know he went to the blacksmith?
I think
Sure.
you do because I think you have an idea.
Does Lloyd tell me that he was going to the blacksmith, or does Lloyd just sneak out without saying where he's going?
I think he just kind of walked off
Well,
towards the direction, but
knowing Lloyd and his background and who he is, he's probably at the blacksmith trying to get some better weapons.
He does spend a lot of time there, to be fair.
Yeah, so I think if we're gonna find him, we should probably look there first.
Okay.
As well as let's also mention the fact that they for him to go to the apothecary, he also just kind of saw Lloyd go off in that direction too, is a safe guess.
Right.
Because if you look at the paths, it kind of leads that way.
Yeah.
You guys head off to the blacksmith to go and find Lloyd. But before we get to that, let's do Usopp. So you went off to the market.
We don't have to roleplay this. I just have to. I was looking through my spell. I'm off to buy spell components.
Okay. Yeah. Are you? You're just buying
just
general
one
components,
thing,
or?
There's one thing in particular that is of note that I can't be. What's the word? So everything costs bare minimum except for one spell. I need to pay 100 gold pieces. If you look at Stoneskin.
Okay.
I need 100 gold pieces of diamond dust.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just looking to buy that. I just wanted to bring that to your attention because I didn't want to like cheat out on it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can mark off 100 gold pieces. And yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't mind if you. I'm fine with you buying it in towns if you want to ahead of time. I'm also okay with you just every time you use the spell, if you just mark off 100 gold pieces, that's also fine.
Okay, I'll keep track of it. Just that one. Everything else is like a piece of leather or like a cocoon, a moth cocoon or some nonsense like that, which I'm sure is pretty cheap. But I just wanted to bring to your attention that this specific spell cost me 100 gold to cost each time.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I think most of the other spell components, like they're mostly just for flavor. You know, like I used one of them early on in this campaign, where it's like, oh, somebody cast a spell and it had a spell component that was like wool or something, so they found like you could find like a little piece of wool left over after they cast a spell. Okay. But it's like flavor like that. I don't know that the. I mean,
so this is the only one that also said, because I've looked at the spell components.
Right.
None of them say it consumes it except for Stoneskin.
Yeah, I think if they don't list a price, generally you just say like, okay, you have like a bag of spell components.
And I bought that a little bit ago from the apothecary.
Right.
I have that marked, but I was just letting you know I do have to buy. I'm going to spend 100 gold now, and I will put that in my inventory.
Okay.
So I have enough diamond dust for that.
All right. Well then we'll jump back over to Greenspell, Luna.
All right.
You guys walk into the blacksmith. You see Lloyd, who's just leaving.
I think I got something for you, Lloyd. I reach into my bag and I pull out a little vial. I think this is the same stuff I had on my arrows. If I hand him the vial. Is that what you were looking for?
Not exactly. I was in the shop actually looking for a better shield.
Oh.
There was a buckler in there that was enchanted, but it was pricey.
Yeah, most good armor always
I was planning to go once we get into the capital to see if I can get into another arena fight so I can earn enough money to buy one again.
Okay, that's not a bad plan. Well, if you don't want it, then I'll just hold on to it for now. Then I guess. I thought you were curious
No,
of the
I'll
poison
take
I used on
it.
my hair. Okay, I just had. It was a gold piece, so
Any-
don't worry. It was just a gold, so don't worry about it. Just be
Still, I
careful when
wish
you apply
to.
it. Huh?
He reaches in and just takes out a gold piece, anyways.
Okay, if you insist. Thank you. I'm going to stop by the jeweler for a moment. You're more than welcome to come with me, but don't feel like you are obligated to come with me. And if you have other business to attend to,
I'm probably going to head to the inn for now
all right. I guess.
and rest up for tomorrow.
Luna's
Okay.
just kind of writing, just like standing there writing.
What are
not
you writing
saying
on?
anything. I have like
You
I
got?
have
Are you
paper.
just?
I have
No,
paper on me.
what's under the paper?
Nothing, really.
Your hand.
Yeah, your hand.
Dex check.
Yeah.
You want me
I'm
to do
just
a
kidding.
dex check?
I
No,
don't care.
it's fine.
That's fine.
I will say,
I'm
Your-
just
your
thinking, like,
handwriting will
if
be sloppy.
if you're going over to the
Well-
jeweler, that's probably where it would have ended up. Just because for the diamonds.
I mean, I was thinking more to
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that, like, if you're trying to write on like thin paper with nothing under it, you're going to put your quill straight through the paper. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to stop by the jeweler.
You'll probably find me there.
I'm just gonna put Luna
buying
in
diamonds.
the inn and like have her
That's
finish
fine. Yeah.
and have her finish writing the letter. You know what she's writing.
I know. I'm just messing with you. It's fine.
I know you're messing
I'm
with
just
me.
just making sure. Okay. All right. We're walking to the jeweler's shop.
Okay. You see the jeweler is like a kind of like a middle-aged human man greets you as you walk in. Ah, hello, good sirs. How can I help you?
I have some artifacts here. Could you appraise these for me?
Yes, of course.
Well, first I pull out what looks like a blue gemstone of some kind, and I kind of set it on the counter.
Okay, as you do that, you visibly see like the eyes bulge out of his head. This is clearly the largest precious, and it's a cut gemstone too. Easily the largest that he's ever seen before. He immediately starts. He puts on little gloves. He gets out one of those little jeweler.
A loop.
Yes, exactly. He starts examining it. Yes. This is the largest, highest quality sapphire I believe I've ever seen. It's easily valued 5,000 gold pieces, maybe as high as 10,000 gold pieces.
Well done. Thank you, good sir. And I like take how big would you say it is? Like, can I pick it up with one hand, or would it take two hands to hold it and like?
It's
put it
like
back?
Grapefruit sized.
Okay, then I'm gonna like I'm like gonna take it and put it back, and like hopefully he doesn't try to like kill me for it.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
there's one other item here I'd like you for you, and I take out like this diadem that's I'm assuming it has like diamonds in it.
Yeah, it
It's
has.
not itself made of diamond. I'm assuming.
No, but it's probably made of. It's like made of some kind of like silver or something.
It has like diamonds and set in it.
Right. Yeah.
What about this one?
He takes a look. Yes, these are quite fine diamonds as well. This whole piece is probably worth 5,000 gold pieces.
Oh.
Maybe more if you find the right buyer.
Well, thank you, good sir. Let's see.
Did we meet at the jeweler shop? Just
Sure, we just run.
for headcanon?
We kind of just run into each other.
Okay, because I was already there buying the diamonds, so
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
so if we do that, you know, I'll lean over and ask, "Hey, got a proposition for you."
Like one other question, jeweler. Do you have a lockbox, chance?
Yes, of course. Were you looking for something that is jewel encrusted, or something that's just simple and functional?
Whatever you can give that provides the best security against wandering eyes and hands. And as I say that, turning to Usopp.
I'll just smile back.
Ah, yes, I understand. He goes into the back for a minute, and he comes out with a small it's like a solid steel construction, and he pulls out a key. Yes, this is our finest lock. It uses a pin tumbler construction rather than the classical warded locks. Um, these are quite difficult to break into. And the solid steel construction will keep out all but the most determined of wizards and witches. And he hands it over to you.
How much, good sir?
I could sell it to you for 50 gold pieces.
Okay. I reach into my
Excellent.
satchel. I get some gold pieces. I like take a modest bag of like gold and I put it on the counter.
Excellent. He hands you over the lockbox along with a pair of 2 keys. Those keys are duplicates in case you lose one.
Yes, of course. All right. So
would you like anything else?
that's all I believe. Can you give me a moment, actually?
Yes, of course.
I like turn my back to Usopp so he can't see me. I like open up the thing. I take out the 2 jewels. I put it in the box. Close the box. Lock it. Put the box into my bag of holding, and then I like take the 1 key and I like. Okay, this is going to sound stupid, but I like tie a little rope to it and I swallow it.
Okay.
No, just kidding. I'm not doing that. I'll take 1 key and I will put it in my like. I don't know what you'd call it. Like in my bag, but not
Okay.
like not my pocket per se, but like a bag. Not the bag of holding, like my. Yeah, and keep in mind, Usopp has no idea what's going on.
Right.
He doesn't see any of this.
Yeah, your fanny pack.
My little pocket satchel, and then I just put the other key and I like stick it in my boot or something.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Word travels quickly when you're carrying goods of high value, if you will.
Of
Yes,
course.
Understandable.
As I'm sure, as a man who deals in these types of goods, I'm sure you've had your run-in with the unsavory people of unsavory character at least once or twice.
Yes, of course. Most of our items here are magically enchanted in some way. Or at least our display cases are. They're magically reinforced, and that does quite a lot to deter unsavory characters.
Yes, I imagine so.
I must say those 2 items that you found, they are certainly quite impressive. I imagine that you must be quite the wealthy man now, or if you weren't already before.
Well, I think it's fair to say that I'm not one to desire such great wealth. If I believe these belonged to a people. These belong. Well, I should say we found these on a one of our adventures, and I think it's fair to say that this gem belonged to a distant, an old civilization, and then it belongs in a museum, so to speak. If such things exist.
I believe that there are collections in the capital managed by the university and others.
Yes, I believe that the best course of action is that these are historical artifacts, given where we found them, and they need to be studied further. I think they would do ill to just stay in some person's just collection to be stared at and to be hoarded.
I say that's quite noble of you. Well, you would make a poor dragon.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not a dragon, I guess. Well, I'd also be quite a small dragon, and
Yes.
I've met a few dragonborn, and if the ones I've met are of fair and regular size, then I would be a poor dragonborn.
Very well. Was there anything else that I could help you with today, sir?
I don't think that's it. I think that's it. And
I'll
thank you.
kind of cut you off and like nudge you for a second
Okay.
and be like, quick aside, if you would.
You have something to say?
If you would just talk over here for a second.
Oh no.
I put my hand in my pocket, like holding the key. Like you were saying.
So we're out of earshot of it doesn't really matter if the jeweler hears, but I kind of want to be private. So
the jeweler, he just went back to his desk and he's like sorting through some papers, doing some paperwork or something.
So I'm gonna level with you. I really like this party. I think all of our companions are great. I want to do
But
something to protect them, especially you, little small one. But
what were you?
it costs a lot of diamond. It is an
No,
ace. It's going to
stop
be
this.
it's going to be an ace up my sleeve, but it consumes the diamond every time I use it.
Well,
Please roll a perception. She's already tricked you once.
okay. I want to roll insight.
Okay.
Hang on.
I'm sorry, but she hasn't proven to be trustworthy. With green spell specifically. Anyone else, like Luna, it wouldn't make sense if she did it, but like
who's to say that he hasn't been dishonest with any of you?
True.
It's true.
Especially
17.
to Lloyd. Lloyd would probably try to do that as well.
Okay.
I will roll my
Try
deception.
to roll it.
Your counter roll.
Yep, I will try to roll my deception. I'm being 100% honest here.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
All
right. And
Just
I understand.
for a large quantity of diamond, I would have a spell just for you if things got hairy.
Well, that sounds whatchamacallit. I guess that would be a good thing to have. Did you need something of me?
It's the 100 gold for your protection. I have enough for one ace up my sleeve, but there's 2 aces is always better than 1. I can give you the full details of the spell, exactly what I planned, but it's something for if things get hairy. It costs a lot.
Well,
but it can make the world of difference.
Are you? So you're saying I should? You're asking me to loan you 100 gold?
Yes. I will pay you back in kind, especially if we get this payment. But I just don't have enough for a second portion, if you will.
Well, I'm the one who's I'm a bit let's just say my trust in you has been shaken a bit. And let's just say I think 1 is fine for now. I don't see ourselves getting into a situation where we would need 2 of these. So I'm sure that money will come soon. Whether so I think it'd be best maybe if we just wait for that to come in. I don't see ourselves needing to use such a ace up our sleeve anytime soon. But I appreciate the thought.
I should say, try and get back on good grounds. I do believe I would have used it on you anyway.
Well, if you want to be on my, if you want to be on, I think it would be if you're looking to, if you're looking to be, if you're looking to improve your, if you want me to improve your image of you in my mind, you'd be better off using that money and that diamond dust on who needs it, not just for me.
Of course, this was just I guess, a small show of good faith.
Yes.
I have enough for one, and I will tell you
Well,
that.
I think I think that it is good to have, just the one is fine. I don't think we should overexert ourselves and we shouldn't end up in a situation where we need something like we need two. I don't see that happening I don't see that happening at all.
You say that after we just fought an Aboleth?
I mean, if you
We
think
hunt for
about,
more?
I mean, we did just fight an aboleth,
We
although
hunt. Our mission is more. I say better plan early than plan later.
well,
Again, the decision rests with you. It was just 100 gold for surefire insurance just for you.
I'll make you a deal. I'll go into the store, I will buy the diamonds, and I will hold them on my person. If you believe that you will need them, I will give them to you when the time is nigh.
But of course,
Very
just
well.
make sure you grind them down.
I will request the jeweler make as fine as a powder as he can.
Yes, and keep that on your person, and if ever the time comes,
I
just know that you will be the first one.
Thank you. If you'll excuse me.
Of course, and I'll walk out the store.
Okay. Does come back and then go up to the jeweler's desk?
Okay.
Does he say anything, or is he just like, "Oh, you're back"?
Yeah. He just kind of looks up at you. Looks up from his
There's one
paperwork.
other thing I forgot to mention. I need to buy some diamond dust. 100 gold pieces worth of it. And I put a sack of 100 gold on the table.
Very well. Yes. When I grind up the diamonds and cut them, it produces a small amount of dust which I collect and sell for sorcerers and wizards and the like. One moment. He heads out into the back and he comes back. It produces a small vial filled with like a white powder. He hands it over to you. I believe this will be sufficient.
Well, thank you.
Yes, of course. Was there anything else I could do for you?
No, I think that's everything.
Very well. Please return anytime.
Thank you. I'll take the vial and I'll put it in the bag of holding.
Anything else you guys want to do while you're still here in the city?
Of course, I'm going to return to my favorite spot.
Okay. I think I will accompany you, actually. I think I will go spend some time in the temple. Oh, wait, unless you're talking about the bar.
Nope. Temple. I gotta go back to do my duties.
Gotta go clean your soul.
Yep.
I want to say hello to Milo real quick and
Right.
sort of just, we don't have to RP this. I can just.
Yeah.
I was going to ask him if I could spend a night in the priest quarters.
Yeah. He's fine with that. You meet him. He's out at, like, they have a little garden area, and he's kind of out tending to some of the plants. And he greets you, and you ask him if you can stay, and he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And he leads you to one of the rooms that they have available.
Right.
All right. Anything else you guys want to
do? Let's see. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I'll mark off the day. You guys sleep. You wake up the next day. So it's the following day. What are you guys gonna be doing?
Let's see. What are we gonna do? Let's see.
I am performing in the tavern because I know for a factor that there is no if there was a theater that I would be performing in a theater, but like
There is no. Yeah, this is like a small town. There's no theater here.
Yeah.
Let's see. What should we do? Oh, sorry. We need to head to the quay. So I'm going to go to the harbor and speak with the captain real quick, and I'm going to speak to Jack and see if everything is prepared.
Okay. Yep.
Good day, sir.
You walk down to the harbor. You find the captain. It's good to see you, Greenspell.
Is everything ready for our upcoming trip to the quay?
Yes. It's a quick trip to the quay. It doesn't take too long to get everything prepared. They said that you'll be able to travel via teleportation circle to the capital from there. So,
Yes, assuming
light
our
provisions.
assuming our plan goes well. Has your crew had sufficient rest?
I believe so. Hopefully, they'll be able to get some rest in the quay as well.
Very well. Well, then I will alert the others, and we will. Do you think you said how long would trip? You said it's about a day.
It's approximately a day.
All right.
We should be there by nightfall.
All right. Well, I will gather the others, and we can weigh anchor as soon as possible.
Very well.
All right. So, I guess I will go to the. Let's see. Do I know where everyone is, or do I have to look for them?
I think the rest of you know to head down to the harbor.
I would know where to look.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
You managed to gather up everybody and.
All right, well, I'm going to go to the tavern first and explain the situation to Luna.
Okay.
Basically, we should be heading out shortly. Our ship awaits us. I guess finish this set. Sorry to cut you short, but we have bigger things to attend to.
Very well. She just
Thank you.
leaves.
And then I'll do the same thing to the blacksmith. Back again, are you?
At least Luna
Here's a
makes
fun
sense.
idea.
I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be back in just a second.
Okay. Well, character to character, I'm talking to Lloyd. If I didn't know any better, something tells me you want to learn the trade.
The trade?
Yes, weapon and armor smithing. Perhaps if you're lucky, they may give you a few lessons, and you'll be able to start making your own weapons and armor.
Perhaps that would be useful.
Yes,
I
of
admit,
course.
back when I was in my house, we had people who did this, but ever since I've been on my own, I'm realizing how important skills like these are to learn for yourself.
Yes,
It's
and
an interesting experience,
yes,
and
and
it'll
I
help
dare
me in the
say,
future.
yes, and I dare say it is quite expensive to. Their work is quite expensive, especially when you're dealing with magic, I imagine, and enchantments. I personally have no experience in metalworking myself, but if what you and the rest of the crew have purchased is any sort of representation of what it's like, then you'd be much better off learning yourself. Perhaps when the blacksmith gets back, you can ask him to take you on as an apprentice. I'm sure there's plenty of work to be done. Common stuff. May not be what you're looking for. Common stuff, nails, horseshoes, but usually these kinds of things with time and effort.
Start off small, but soon get bigger, as the saying goes.
Mm-hmm. I think you understand. Well, I guess there's no harm
I
in
do
asking.
fully.
Okay. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Well, in any case, What I'm actually here to tell you is we are going to be shoving off soon. I just spoke with the captain, and he and his men are ready. So, if we want to get to the key by nightfall, we should make haste. Do you know if Usopp has left the whatchamacallit, the temple?
The temple?
Have you seen him at all today?
I haven't.
Well, I'll check the temple. He's probably still there. Well, anyway, we'll meet you at the dock. Is let's say 15 minutes. Will that be enough time to get your affairs in order?
Yes, it should.
Okay. Well, then I will meet you back at the docks in 15 minutes or so. I already spoke with Luna, so she'll probably be there waiting on you. We don't need a whole lot. We're going to be teleporting from the key to the capital, so we don't need to worry too much about packing lots of provisions and clothing and all that. In any case, if you'll excuse me, I need to go let Usopp know what's going on. And with that, I kind of just nod, like politely, like half bow, like and I just walk off. I say run, but it's like a quick walk because I'm a halfling and I'm little. And I'm gonna head over to the temple. I'm gonna walk into the main hall. Usopp, are you awake? Is he sleeping?
See, how much time would have passed between now and the market?
Well, it's been a whole day.
So probably, as my religion dictates, I'd try to be performing a ritual. Nice little prayer. So you could probably find me in one of the back rooms.
All right. I'm gonna make my way towards. Is the room closed or is it like open, like an open prayer room? Would you say?
It's this Luna, probably open prayer basin. So it might even be in not a main room, but like especially for the acolytes, just be a side room. You can offer prayer.
Okay, but it's not like a private where I have to like knock and open the door.
Nah, it's just a little prayer room.
Okay. Usopp, I sort of look. I'm looking around the back. I talk to one of the priests and I ask if you've seen him, and he points me in a direction. And I'm like quietly walking through the church, and I see him in the corner doing his rites, and I'm like, "May I interrupt?"
You may.
Apologies for interrupting, but we should be heading out soon. I just spoke with the captain, and if we want to make it to the key by nightfall, we should leave as soon as possible. How much longer do you need for your ritual?
Prayers are offered when you need them, and offered any time of day. The main communion isn't active until at night, as Luna is the goddess of the moon. So I'm good to depart whenever.
Well, then we should we should start heading over then. I already spoke with Lloyd and Luna, and they should be at the docks waiting for us.
Very well. I'll borrow some incense and offer my offerings later tonight.
Can I go to the blacksmith?
You were here. I take it you were you.
I was at the inn. I just didn't move my token.
Oh, I thought you were at the blacksmith. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was role playing like you were actually bothering the blacksmith again to like get a better deal on that armor. I'm like,
no.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
I was. I just wasn't.
Lloyd would do that, but no.
Yeah. Anyway,
Lloyd wouldn't do that.
Either way, we'll
have used. I have not. Has Lloyd ever haggled before?
Yes.
When?
I'm thinking. Hang on. There was at least one time I can remember vaguely, but
I don't remember.
Okay, maybe not then. Well, in any case, we should head to the harbor.
There hasn't been a single time where he's haggled. He's been straight up with the prices every single time. He hasn't tried to cheap out on anything.
Mm. Well, in any case,
We all meet up at the harbor.
yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
Well, Lloyd, you're going to the blacksmith first. Is that right?
No, he was saying he
Yeah.
wasn't at the black. Or do you want to go back?
He was at the end when
I came to
he
see
was.
him.
Yeah.
I thought he
you're-
was.
You're
Yeah,
headed back to the blacksmith.
I admit that was my fault.
So you head off to the blacksmith in the morning. What are you getting up to?
Why won't it do the? I'm
I
sorry.
think it only works. I think
It's-
only the GM has the ability to do that.
No,
No,
it's
it's /W.
/W.
Yeah, /WGM.
Okay, I messed it up.
We're not talking behind anybody's back. I promise. We're not
What are you talking
plotting.
about? I am.
We're not plotting anything.
Yes, you're developing the subplot of how Usopp is going to assassinate me and steal the
No.
jewels.
That's not happening. I said that's
No.
not happening. We're not doing that. And Luna's definitely not involved in the secret plot to murder Greenspell and take all of your money.
No, Luna would not do that.
You're secretly convinced by the Aboleth, and you're going to defect and join them.
God no.
Sorry.
That's a Lloyd side story.
That's
Yeah.
a long time.
All right, Lloyd. So you're headed off to the blacksmith. You see the same man. He's out there pinging away as he always seems to be. He greets you as you walk up. Oh, sir. How can I help you? I'm surprised to see you back here so soon.
I'm just curious. Do you think that you could give me a few lessons when I come back? I would like to learn some blacksmithing as well. I admit that I used to usually loan them out back when I was in the other region, but now on my own, I learned that learning all of these skills has a use, you know?
Well, I suppose that I could. You didn't mean to become my apprentice, do you? Just to take a few lessons?
I could become a apprentice, but I'll be traveling a lot, so it's probably going to be off and on.
I see. Well, I can draft some kind of agreement, and whenever you come back, I could start giving you lessons. You'll work here in my shop from time to time. I'll train you in making the various pieces that we need, and then you'll get a percentage of the profits from any of the pieces that you make that we're able to sell. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair.
Very well. I'll start drafting some sort of agreement for you whenever you return.
Got it. I need to be heading out. My friends are waiting on me.
Well, very well. I hope you have good travels then.
He walks out again.
All right. So you head back to the boat. You guys are headed off to the quay, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Anchors away.
Anchors away, me boys.
Sponge boy Bob.
All right. There we go. So you guys head to the key. It's about a day's travel. You guys get there. It's getting to be nighttime. Maybe it's like 8 or something. 8 or 9 p.m. perhaps. When you guys finally arrive in the harbor. Where are you guys headed to?
Well, I think it would be prudent to find a place to stay for the night.
Luna just goes, Greensill, you know it. You know where to find me, and then bolts.
Lloyd just chuckles to himself, going like, the girl is still crazy as ever.
Some things never change. I say that, but we've only known each other like a month and a half. In game.
Luna is kind of just like trying to see if there's like if there's a performance going on or not.
Okay. Let's see.
Lloyd just ponders to him, just thinks out loud, going like, what's the fastest way to make over 1,000 gold here?
They're not having any performances here probably for another couple days. It's the middle of the week. Yeah, there is an arena. They do this is mostly a horse racing arena. But you've heard
they're doing a gladiator fight today?
You've heard that they occasionally do gladiatorial matches. It's probably at this point it's late enough in the day that it would be definitely too late for you to join if they're going to be having one.
It.
Oh, I was suggesting they should go gamble on some of the horse races.
You could also try gambling. You always make money by gambling.
But haven't they heard about me becoming the champion? So if I arrived late, couldn't I just persuade them into letting me join?
I mean, I don't know that they would necessarily even be having a match today.
You could also just find an open corner and like street fight.
That's true. You could just you could join a street fighting
group
ring, or just start beating up people in the street and taking their money. That's
great for your reputation.
No, Lloyd is trying to do this in a legal manner. He's not going to resort to tactics like that.
D&D Fight Club?
Yeah. I think I don't know. Do they do horse race? It's like a Wednesday. I don't think they do horse races in the middle of the week, do they? I don't really know.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a gambler.
Yeah, neither am I.
Usually horse races are reserved for like the weekends.
I would have thought, yeah.
Yeah. And the big ones that are worth lots of money are very scheduled and very, very tight. So I imagine it'd be the same way with like, especially going against the champion, and have to be like scheduled.
Yeah, I think they probably aren't having anything at all in the arena today because it's like an 8 p.m. on a Wednesday. There's not really anything.
It was closed for cleaning and maintenance after the recent demolition derby.
Yeah,
all the horses were drunk, and then all the horses got drunk.
It was like it was like a joust. It was after like a possibly like no like do you not know what jousting is?
Of course, I know what jousting is.
Maybe it was just like a jousting event recently, like on Tuesday.
I was going more for the angle that there's like 6 or 7 chariots and horses in the arena, and only one comes out alive.
I mean, that's basically just how horse racing worked. Yeah, that's just and in like the medieval period and the ancient period and stuff.
And like the Roman period, that's how it worked.
Yeah, I mean it was you would go so fast that the wheels would be falling off or chariots would slam into each other and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a dangerous sport. Anyways, so you guys you arrived in the key. It's 8 p.m. So there's not really anything super exciting going on in the city at the moment. Where are you guys headed to?
I'm heading over to the Victorious sign, and I'm gonna try to find a room for the night.
All right. Yeah, but you can do that easily enough.
That is over here. Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
I don't see me on this map, but I'd end up there too.
So for each person that wants to stay at the Victoria sign, I'll like 2 silver to buy a bed.
Perfect.
Okay, is
Yep.
just heading
just
there
for,
as well after his search to really find anything.
It's okay. You're going to be going back soon, and there
Yeah.
you're the champion. So
You're pretty there. I
And
can't
I'll
get enough
you
of
could,
you.
yeah, you could sell some autographs or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Don't know where I put
All right. So you guys you go to bed.
You're over
And,
at the.
you
Oh, I
wake
have
up-
no idea.
Where?
You wake up early the next day.
I don't know where the tavern is.
Where's it?
There.
Thank you.
9. Okay. So you guys all rest up in the tavern. You wake up the next day.
I just realized this. Luna has slowly but surely lost like her want to like make everything go on fire. Like it's slowly but surely getting better. Like there's
Well.
moments.
Until there's another moment that just kickstarts her addiction to it.
There's some
Yeah.
things that can't be solved with fire.
Yeah. But like there's moments
All right.
where it's like it's getting better, and then there's moments where it's just like one wrong word and then it can kickstart it again. Do not. Okay, that's not Luna's fault. If you,
All right.
I see what's being
So you guys
drawn.
wake up. you guys wake up the next day. It's early in the morning, maybe like 7 or 8 or something. Where are you guys headed to in the city?
I think we should head to the governor's palace and explain the situation and hope we can get an audience with the fathers.
All right. Everybody else is going with him?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head off to the capital, and sort of like in Crown Point, the people there pretty much recognize you. Unlike in Crown Point, they don't just let you walk in.
Oh.
Rather, the guards stop you at the gate. Then somebody goes off to go speak with the governor to let them know that you're here. And then an attendant comes out, grabs you guys, and brings you into one of the large meeting halls. And there you find the governor sitting, waiting as you walk into the room. Hello. It's good to see you all again. Was
Hello,
there
good
something
sir.
that you needed help with?
Yes. Well, I have good news and I have bad news in regards to our aboleth situation.
Yes, and what is that in particular?
Did you? I'm sorry. Did you want to say something, Lloyd? Oof.
Oh, you can continue.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so I guess I will tell you the good news, and my friend Lloyd here can tell you the bad news.
Okay.
So the good news is that we managed to defeat the aboleth that we had been tracking.
That is good news.
Lloyd?
And the bad news?
There's more elders in particular there's a whole entire plot that's going on.
I see.
We were.
While he's speaking, I
Oh.
take out the little notebook that we got from their lair, and I Oh, right, you can't read it.
I think the
I'm
professor will
pretty
have
sure
translated.
they, at this point, they like just have like another note that's like
Yeah, they would have had a translated copy.
translated in common.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll do that. Then I give it to him, and I take this and take a look. Take a look, sir. Just as a reference, the person. This is the notebook of the We believe that this is the notebook of the aboleth who we recently fought, or at the very least, someone who could, if not him, then perhaps his scribe. I can't
He's
exactly say the aboleth had any kind of opposable, he didn't have hands or thumbs to write with.
he sort of glances through it. Hmm. Well, I suppose there goes any hope of it being an isolated incident. Yes. It is quite bad news indeed. I fear that Rugia will be unprepared to handle any large incursion that the Aboleth are able to muster.
Lloyd, asks, "Do you have any troopers here, or are they also sent somewhere else by the capital?"
Yes, most of our militiamen
Because
have been called to the capital for an excursion into the east. I'm afraid that we are left here with only a sort of a skeleton crew. Were you able to relay this information to the mayor of Crown Point as well?
Yes,
yes,
we have.
we have.
While he says that, I reach and I pull out the little letter that he gave me. This is
You
signed
know what was the
correspondence.
funny thing? Both me and Greenspell in character both went like, "Yes, we did," at the exact same words at the exact same time.
Fair enough.
Right. Well, I guess I don't know who's carrying the actual letter. I guess I am because I was the one speaking. So
Yeah, you have the
yeah.
bag of holding.
Yeah, this should. Yes, I do have the bag of. I'm the pack mule of the group. So yeah. So this I believe this is signed correspondence from the mayor. That would be confirms everything we just told you.
He sort of looks it over and he hands it back to you. This is very distressing news.
Yeah. Well, he recommended actually that we get in touch with somebody in the Council of Fathers. I believe he mentioned something about your brother being for the council. I'm not sure if he's on it or next to it in it. Is that true?
Oh yes, my brother Marco. Well, he is in the council. Well, sort of. You see, Rugia, we have a sort of strange relationship with the council. We're not technically entitled to a position, but we are allowed to send an advisor. So he isn't allowed to call for a vote, but he could still potentially present this information to the council. And I hope that he has enough political connections that he could get in touch with some of the actual councilors who could perhaps actually bring this issue to a vote. In any case, I suppose he would be a good place to start. He lives in the capital. I can mark for it on your map where his house is located. It's in the inner ring of the city, near to the palace, and he sort of points out where it is on the map.
Thank you.
You should be able to find him there.
Yes.
Of course, I can, since this is official business, I can use the teleportation circle. They run one over in the university, but it's used primarily for official business. We can send you to the capital directly using that.
Thank you.
And
There is one. Go ahead, please.
Oh, I thought he was going to go like, but it's only reserved for officials, and I was gonna have Lloyd do a persuasion check.
Oh, he's already giving it to you.
Dang it.
You can still try and persuade him. He's already persuaded. All right.
What I was going to ask him to do is to write a letter of recommendation, or sorry, a letter of introduction to him, so that when we go knock on his door, we're not just a bunch of random people, you know.
I would
Yep.
suggest also putting me on the front. It would probably be more comforting to know that a person of a noble house is coming to speak to them instead of some random commoner in their eyes.
Yes, of
I
course.
agree with Floyd.
It will be difficult for him to get you into the council chambers in any case. But Marco is quite well politically connected, at least the last I heard. If anyone can get you in, it should be him. Well, was there anything else that you needed from me? I
Well,
should give you a seal as well, so that they know that this is an official message from both the governor and mayor of Crown Point. One
yes,
moment.
of course.
He calls to one of his attendants, who leaves and comes back with a seal, some wax, and a piece of paper. He scratches down a note, closes it up, and melts the wax and stamps it before handing it over to you.
Dun 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 dun. I was kidding. Sorry, I've been playing a lot of Legend of Zelda
Da, da,
recently.
da, da.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
This seal should add some official weight to your words.
Oh, thank you, good sir. I do have a question, though. It is not related to this, though. Have the brothers of Wadir caused any more trouble since our last visit and our last encounter with them?
Interestingly, I've had something of could you say, a discussion with them, and we've sort of arrived at a shaky peace, at least here in the city.
Oh.
It seems that they've moved on to other areas of the empire.
Lloyd looks at him curiously. Brothers of Later?
Yes, they were a rebel group, which operated out of this city and in many other cities. They believe in liberating dwarves from slavery, but it was foolish for them to have ever operated here in Rugia, considering it's been our official policy to abolish slavery for many centuries. It's a tradition of the Empire, not of Rugia. In any case, I was able to negotiate with the rebels, and most of them have vacated the city at this point. We've had very little
I
issues with them today.
understand their goals and somewhat agree with it, but if I feel like they wasted their resources here considering your policies.
Well, it is true, but I suppose they were just looking to cause any amount of chaos they could. And perhaps they hoped to diminish the capability of the Empire to respond in the case of an armed uprising.
A noble cause, but unfortunately, it is. It is not. I agree with their cause, but I do not agree with in the methods in which they carry it out. War only breeds more war.
Can't say that I particularly care for them either, though I agree that the Empire has its issues. I feel that an armed revolution is perhaps a bit excessive.
Well, I personally have, whatchamacallit, I don't exactly approve of any armed conflict if it could be avoided, but, well, that's just my idealism, I guess, shining coming through.
Well, hopefully you're willing to take up arms against the Aboleth.
Well, well, that's a different story.
Of course.
Yes. Don't take me for a coward. If the need to fight arises, I will be there and I will serve valiantly on the field, but it is not in good. It is if that. Excuse me. I think I've been smoking a little too much pipe recently. Wrong way. it is unwise to seek war when peace and negotiation is an option.
Perhaps.
But who am I to say? I'm just a humble druid after all. Well, in any case, with this, I
yes,
suppose
was
we
there
There's
should.
anything
nothing
else?
to be gained. Just really nothing to be gained from war. Just there's
I
nothing
think.
won from war. Just hunger for more.
I think. Nice rhyme there.
I sort of think that it is perhaps a bit naive.
Yes. Well,
It's
I,
true
I
that
turned to Lloyd. I think our claims have fallen on deaf ears, but
it is true that perhaps the common people have very little to gain from war, but I think it's true that the rulers of the kingdom have much to gain from it, namely lots of gold.
yes, not much unlike yourself, I take.
I personally have never engaged in any war, if that's what you're implying.
Hmm. Of course
Lloyd
not.
just looks at him before muttering to him, "Please do not. I know you want to
Well,
fire shots at nobles, but right now, that's the last thing we want to do, considering we want their help."
well, just speaking my piece. Well, I think on that note, I think
They,
I think it is time for. I think it is time for us to leave.
Yes, I
And
agree. And do try and keep your halfling friend from speaking in such a way to the counselors. I believe that that would reflect poorly on our cause, Sir Lloyd. And with
Yes,
that, he stands up and leaves the room.
Lloyd just takes a deep breath before letting out a exhaustive. Please do not do that in front of a council. I've I have a great fear that if you do, they're going to immediately throw us out, if not worse, if you do that.
well, then I suppose I will let you do the talking. It seems our opinions are not all that different, but I guess
In politics, you need to be very controlled with what you say. If you don't, you're just going to end up earning the ire of others, even if your goals align.
well, and I guess that is why I am not one to be in politics. Then I know very little of such matters. The closest
It's a
thing of
very
politics.
delicate affair.
Yes, well, the closest thing to politics that we had was to argue amongst our druid folk back in my village whose turn it was to clean the stables and whose turn it was to go out and pick cotton from the fields. Well, in any case,
What he
I
says
will.
is true.
I will hold my tongue for now. At your request.
What he says is true. Folk in the capital, especially in the higher circles, hold their weight to be. I would not say boosted, but hold themselves to be of a different weight of
On
common
a
folk than
higher
the rest.
pedestal.
Why not just call it what it is?
I'm just.
They look.
Um,
They look down on us like. They look down at us in such a way like a shoe looks down upon an ant.
Well,
But
it cannot be helped. Only the
when
higher echelon can speak to the higher echelon. It's been this way for who knows how long. But the same
power
runs with the church.
enables corruption, as much as I
all
wish that there was more people like me who thinks more openly, unfortunately, there's just as many nobles, if not more, who lets their power go to their head.
yes, there's a saying back in my village. They say that power corrupts, and absolute power It corrupts absolutely.
Wise words.
Thank you. Although it is not my words to be credited. Which is why, now we're back in my druid circle, back in my village, there is no one leader amongst us, if you will. It is why we share power amongst the group.
Mm.
In any case,
Like a council of sorts.
of sorts, yes. Well, in any case, I think it. Well, I've spoken my piece, so I think it would be wise for us to move on, unless
So
there's other business to be had in the town.
there's one other business I would see to take care of. I should have done this in the other town as well, and
No.
it would have just been get a letter of recommendation from both the head of temples.
Okay.
Okay.
Just more credibility for our cause.
All right.
I
Yeah.
suppose that there's no harm could be. Do you have a good standing
Also-
with the leaders of the temple?
As an acolyte, not only do I have good, I am allowed to perform duties for the temple, so I can be sent as a representative.
Very well. That's we have
Also,
nothing.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Yep.
Can we stop before going to the capital? Because as much as I hate to say it, I need to go and do stuff, and I feel like Lloyd is going to be absolutely critical for the next part. So
We'll stop when whenever you guys go through the teleportation circle to get to the capital. About that. All right.
okay, I
Yeah.
just
So
wanted to ask about that.
the leader of the Cellunite Temple in Crown Point is actually Milo.
Yep.
So I would say that you were able to get a letter from him, definitely.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go try and convince the leader here.
All right. I'll have you roll persuasion, where you go talk to him.
I'll go over here and persuasion.
Yep. 8. Okay. Let me hear your argument that you give to the Cellunite head priest.
Okay. A dire time has come upon us. Not only is the aboleth that we got rid of it been in union with another source, a source of evil that defiles our goddess's name. This has been is a widespread problem that needs to be taken care of. This is a problem that does not affect the church, the state, the country. This is a problem that affects all and must be rooted out. I simply ask for a signature giving your approval to undertake this in the name of Seluna.
Hmm. And you see the head priest. He kind of like rubs his chin. Very well. I will give you my signature, and allow you to speak with some of those in the capital, but I will not provide you with any material. Um, only with my signature.
Of course, that is all I ask for.
Right, and then he provides you with a stamp. All right, so you have 2 stamps, one from the head priest in Crown Point, and one from here in the Key.
Right, 'cause I don't think we've been to the capital yet, right?
You guys.
We have.
We have.
I mean,
That's
previously.
how we met.
Yep, that was where the arena
Professor
was.
lived.
Yep.
Oh, got it. Okay, that's how we did.
Yep. All right.
So-
So you guys, where are you headed to next?
Let's see. Let's. Well, hang on. I'm thinking. Why don't we head towards the arena and see if they have a fight going on tonight?
All right.
Because I can tell you for a fact where Lloyd's going to be.
Yeah, they wouldn't have a fight going on today. It's like it's a Thursday, so. Um,
Well, they have a fight Friday, though.
probably, yeah. Are you going to be staying in the city an extra 2 days?
No.
Probably not.
Hmm. Well, I suppose what we could do, we could always come back if we still have access to the circle. We could take. I'm sure it'll take it more than 2 days for the council to recognize our pleas. So
Of course.
Unless I can manage to play through the game of politics extremely well.
well, it would take a miracle for something like that to happen in such a short time. But I guess there's no harm in trying. Anyway,
He just chuckles a bit, going like, well, if my luck has been anything to go by, if there's a miracle going to be happening, it's from me at this rate.
Can you delete that? I can't delete it. Thank you.
All right. So you guys headed to the capital then? Headed to the university?
Yeah,
All right.
we're heading to the capital now.
You guys head over to the university. You meet up with some of the people, and you kind of show them the governor's seal, and they lead you into one of the main one of the main towers, and over here, and
Where the frick
you
is
sort of walk up
Greenspell?
a flight of stairs into a large room. There's one circle, and then a large separation, and then another circle, which you would pretty much you would assume one is receiving, one is sending. And they sort of they have an attendant who's standing there. Yes, one at a time, please. I'll have each of you stand on this circle. I'll recite the proper incantation and send you to the capital. One at a time, please.
Lloyd offers up his hand, going like, why are you doing sleight of hand?
are you
What are you
pickpocketing him?
planning?
No.
Hmm.
All right,
Okay.
so Lloyd, you you get into the teleportation circle, and the attendant sort of says the incantation. You're you whisked away in just a mere moment. You're whisked away to into the capital. And each of you, ooh, each of you go through this
Oh
until
no!
finally,
Can I do something?
it's Greenspill's turn. Oh, you can roll perception.
I already did.
No, he Usopp can roll perception.
Oh,
I was gonna. So when I get on, can I can I just cast? I think major illusion.
Okay.
Should be fine. And say, wait, guys, I think something's wrong. And as soon as as I'm getting whisked away, just like it looks like I light on fire.
Okay. The those of you who are still there in the office, you can see the attendant just roll his eyes. He says, "Next." So Greenspell, as you step up to the teleportation circle, you feel Luna bump into you.
you
And
said one at a time.
for a brief second, you notice her hand slip something into your bag.
Why don't you go ahead, Lloyd?
Lloyd already went!
Yeah,
Oh.
Lloyd order.
Okay. Sorry, Luna. Why don't you go first? I'll be right behind you.
Luna nods and goes ahead.
right? So now
Has
everybody
an
else has
idea
gone
what's
through.
in the bag.
It's just you, Greenspell.
All right. Well, before I sort of step aside from the line and I like pull the letter out of my bag.
You won't be able to read it.
What can can I read it or no?
Yeah,
Is
you
it
can
written in
read it.
Draconic? Is it in Draconic?
You can read it.
What is it written in?
Common.
Oh,
There you go.
what does the letter say?
It's pretty much a sealed letter, but it has a draconic symbol on it before you open it. And then
Okay.
when it says that, it says a letter of pretty much is what Luna talked to you about prior.
Huh. I'll have to have a word with Luna about this when I get there. I like take the letter and I put it back into my bag, and I try my best to like reseal it.
All right.
But I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and into the sir. May I look at the attendant?
Yeah, he nods.
All right.
All right, you're teleported into the capital. All right.
Energize.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep. Imagine the transporter sounds going off.
My head's on backwards. Why didn't anyone tell me my ass was this big?
All right, here we are in the capital. Look at that, you guys are already.
And time for us to leave because the capital thing.
Yep. And yeah, I guess we can stop there for tonight.
Well, I was going to talk to Luna for like 2 seconds and then call it a day.
Yeah,
if you want to leave, that's
that
fine.
first.
Yeah. So I take the letter in my bag and I'm like waiting in front, like, what was this? And why were you being so sneaky about it? Hmm?
We stunned her into silence.
Yes. Well, I'm not mad. I'm not even disappointed. I'm just curious.
It's more that rather than not me trying to be secretive towards the party about it, but rather I didn't trust the people around us. Not
You mean the governor?
Not the government. Most people, how do I put this?
They are selfish and self-centered and only care about themselves? Am I on the right path?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I figured it would be better on your person than mine.
Okay. I don't seem to understand why a letter like this would bring harm, but if that's how you feel, then so that's fine. I'll take the letter and I'll put it back into my bag. And I'm like, you don't need to be so secretive about these kind of things. I mean, I don't think anybody in the party would be, or are you not concerned about the party, but the people who we interact with, per se?
It wasn't the party. I was worried about finding the letter.
Mm-hmm. Well, Arabelle, sure. Do you want me to keep it a secret from the capital?
This is supposed to help. It's supposed to help us talk to the capital, but preferably to say random people.
Mm-hmm.
No, do not tell about it.
So don't. So that's our. Okay, I think I see where you're coming from. I will not speak of it to the anyone else, but if we need to, when we speak with the council, then I will not hesitate to use any resource at our disposal to get their attention, if you will. Yeah, within the laws, of course. I'm not one for causing
I know what you mean.
Yes. I'm
Oh,
not gonna
you
go
pulled a
burn a
perception.
village. Yeah, I counter rolled your sleight of hand, and then we tied. And when you lose, you tied when you lose.
Yep.
That's the
Yeah.
only reason I know that you did that. If I had lost the roll, then yeah, I would have no idea.
Okay, that I was like,
Although I guess the argument is that it'd be a passive perception check, actual perception check, but whatever. Actually, no,
Yeah.
because you touched. Well, she touched. I felt her touch me, as you
Yeah,
said.
that's true.
But so I would be like, If I didn't see anything, or right, if you did it like where you didn't actually make any noise, or like did it without me feeling it, it'd be passive perception, I guess.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
the way I
I'm
interpret it.
fine with the party knowing and the like people that it's supposed to like get to getting with it, but like random people.
Gotcha. I
You
know
don't
what
know.
you mean. I got it. It's fine. Again, it's not. Okay, it wasn't an issue of the contents of the letter. It was an issue of why so secretive about it. But
Well, it also that letter also kind of reveals that no, who's Luna's caretaker before she ever joined the party.
so it's personal in a way. It's
Kind
not
of,
just
but it does
okay.
reveal
Well,
that she is the ward of the queen. Like, the queen is the one who has, say, how do I put this?
is she like regent to the throne?
The queen?
No, the person, the caretaker.
No, she's queen by her own right. Luna is not a noble, but Luna is, say, the ward of said queen, meaning Luna does have political power to some extent
Got it.
because of that.
Okay. Okay.
Not by much, but some extent.
Right. And I suppose in our case, every little bit helps.
Yes.
All right.
And
Well,
like Luna just does not want random people knowing, oh, this is the ward of the Dragon Queen.
fair enough.
All right.
Yes, I'm gonna go right into the thieves part of town and sell this information for as much gold as I can think of.
You'll get a good couple gold pieces for that information.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's totally something my character would do. Anyway,
Well,
sorry.
We'll,
We can leave it here. Yeah.
We'll end it there for today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you guys next week.
All right. See ya.
Stick
See you
around
next
for a
week.
little bit, Silas. There's someone to ask about.
Oh,
Not
okay.
related to this game.
Yeah, sure.
So